Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Conversations with A and A. Tonight's show is inspired by the viral video by Yada Awakening, the traditional man versus the 50-50 man. Okay, who is this man in question? His name is Minister Yadan Yada. He is a biochemist, owner of a successful natural supplements company, husband, father. Now, what happened? What's the big deal? Okay, Yada had a one-on-one conversation with the brother, speaking on the traditional man versus the 50-50 man. So, what we're going to do right now, first of all, I want to invoke the Fair Use Copyright Act of 1976. And Angela, we want to go in and we're going to show some of the video of this viral video so we can see what the big deal was about. Okay, so Angela, would you like to start and share a little bit of that?
I just want to tell everyone who's on the panel just to please keep it, as professional as possible. Watch the profanity, because these conversations is triggering. So yeah. So here we go. Hold on, wait. One moment, guys. Oh, yeah. Okay.
If I'm going 50-50 with my woman, it's hard, brother.
Let's start from the beginning, Angela. Back it up. Let's start from the beginning. And again, we're invoking the fair use copyright.
Okay, here we go. Oh, one moment. Okay.
It's hard out here. And you talking about, oh, I'm not a man if I'm going 50-50 with my woman. It's hard, brother. You sitting up here, your nice house, your nice jewelry, nice cars. Oh yeah, man, you gotta do 100%. How, brother? If I'm making $14 an hour, what you expect? You know, you still on there. Oh yeah, man, 100%. You're not a man. You're not a man. How? I'm still working. I'm still providing, right? So what makes me not a man? Because I'm going 50-50 with my woman.
And brother, I applaud you because I understand that it is hard out here. But we are men, so we have to go harder. I'm not saying or trying to speak down to you, my brother, by any means necessary. I'm not. But I want you to be reminded of something that our fathers didn't teach us, that we must go hard and that we shouldn't get into a relationship with a woman until we have direction.
But who are you to say that?
A person that cares, a person that loves you, a person that's been in your shoes and understands how it feels when we can't give our family what they truly deserve. We have to go hard. Now, give me one moment. I've been in your shoes. And when I was in your shoes, I stayed in my lane. I lived where I lived. My woman didn't work. She nurtured to the children till I got this. And I'm trying to give you the cheat code. Do what you need to do so you can feed your woman, and while she's nurturing the children, she can also nurture your dreams and your goals. Now you can be successful. Now you don't have to say, I'm working for $15. Now you can say, I got employees that I'm paying that's working for me for $15. I'm trying to elevate you, but men get so caught up in their emotions and their pride, and the first thing you want to do is feel attacked. Get the wisdom.
This is coming from a rich man.
Right now you're acting triggered, but right now you're acting triggered.
But this is coming from a rich man.
How did I get here?
Yeah.
But how do I give you? And I'm giving you the steps. This is if you put down your ego, if you put down your pride, brother. Am I saying anything wrong? I'm saying men should be men.
But you saying we not men. You saying we not men.
Brother. Any man that makes an excuse can't be a man completely. You can be a male. A man comes with responsibility.
That's not true. That's not true.
Hard,
okay, no comment here, please.
That's why the respect you want from your woman that you don't get, I get from mine.
My woman respect me.
Hold on.
My woman respect me.
You think she respects
My
you?
woman respect me.
You think she respects you?
Yeah,
you think she has she ever raised her voice at you?
No.
Does she cook for you every night?
Of course.
So she respects you, cooks for you every night. Does she clean the house?
Of course.
She cleans the house, and you got her working 16 hours a day. That sounds like slavery.
No, it's not.
Brother, you got her cooking every night.
I don't have her doing anything. She does it because she wants to. We in the trenches together.
The trenches together?
That's what we in.
Brother, do you know anything about emotional abuse?
Explain it.
Emotional abuse is when you pour all your hurt and pain onto a woman, and just because you can't see her scars, you think it's okay. If I had a conversation with your woman, she'll probably start crying. They tired. They not built to go through what they're going through with you. She didn't choose you to struggle.
But again, who are you to say that?
Brother, a brother that loves you. And again, I'm trying to give you the cheat code. If you put yourself in a position, right? You work. If you have to get 2 jobs, you grind, allow your woman to do what she does in the home. If you have a business idea, you have her nurture that. Hey, baby, it's going to be a little hard for the next 2 years. But if we move like this, we're going to be good. You keep saying, who am I to tell you this? A man that's been in your position. A man that has risen above your circumstances. And I'm coming back down to say, this is what you do. You're not a man until you move like this. Most males will die, never experience what it feels to be a man and to be complete respected by his women and children because he didn't step into that true king place. Brother, it's hard. I understand. It's difficult.
But do you understand though?
Brother,
do you understand?
Brother, if I didn't understand, I would.
There's no way possible you could understand.
Here for a moment.
No way.
Why do you think that, brother?
Okay. So let's bring the panel back up on the screen. Okay. So now, panel, you got to see a clip of this, the traditional man versus the 50-50 man. Okay. So my question, the first question out is, what is your description or definition of a traditional man? Okay, Abdal, you want to start us off?
Okay. A traditional man to me, in my opinion, is a man that carries all the weight financially for his wife, woman, or the family. You know what I mean? He carries the weight completely. She shouldn't have to. I'll just use myself as an example. When I was with my kid's mother, when me and her together, we had 2 kids and we had a 3rd one. And I came home before she did. So I would cook for the kids and everything, feed them, then go pick her up from work. She come home, all she got to do is eat. You know what I mean? And the kids would wash the dishes and I paid all the bills. I let her keep her money for herself. Because she was working a minimum wage job. Getting $7.35 an hour, you know, and I let her just keep her money for us. I tried to get her another position, but she didn't want to leave the job she had, which was stupid, you know. So my thing was eventually I was going to have to let her go, you know, because I thought she was a bad. Let me try to get the right words. A bad influence on my kids, because when I was trying to tell them that they have to go to college, and the reason why, she was saying that everybody ain't got to go to college because she didn't go. You
okay,
know,
I want to interrupt you right there because we want to get back to your definition of the traditional man. That's what we want to start with.
Okay.
We'll get into, you know.
All right. To me, my opinion of traditional man is I don't believe in this 50-50 stuff. That's out.
Let's start with the definition. That's where we're going first. We're going to get
okay,
there.
Well, the traditional man, in my opinion, is a man that carries all the weight for the family. Like that brother was saying that we just watched, Yada, yeah, right, yeah, what he was saying. I agree with him 100% of what he was saying, because it's nobody's fault but the man himself that puts himself in the position that he can't carry that weight. like that brother was saying, he gets $15 an hour. That's the position he put himself in. That's usually from lack of education or lack of experience. You know, so he's mad and he's upset because he ain't living high and mighty like the other brother Yada is. You know, so what everything so far what Yada said, I 100% agree with. You know, a woman shouldn't have to come home.
Wait. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Now we're going around talking about the definition of a traditional man. So, okay, hold on to your thought. We're getting there, Abdul. Don't worry about it. We can get there. All right. Prophet Anthony, do you have a thought? Oh, let me add you back to the stage. Came off the stage. Okay, Prophet Anthony.
Okay.
Your definition. Now let's stick to the question. All we're asking right now is the definition of a traditional man. So go.
All right. Now, okay, so the topic, I'm going to say the topic first, so you can't say I'm not sticking to the topic. The topic is a traditional man basically versus a non-traditional man.
Correct.
So okay. Right now, so you can't say that ain't true. 50-50 means non-traditional. So that means we have to talk about the opposite polarity.
Miss Prophet Anthony.
No, I'm just saying it's part of the subject.
Listen, we're going to get to that. I want the answer to what is your definition of a traditional man? Just give me that. That's all I want right now.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to give you a definition of a traditional man according to the Bible, according to the Spirit. I'm not giving you no regular stuff. Now, according to the Bible, a traditional man is a man who is a God-fearing man and keeps the laws of the Most High. Okay, and so a traditional man doesn't want a wicked woman. He doesn't want no worldly woman or materialistic woman. That's against the laws of the Most High. It does say. So he don't take any woman and saying every woman is a God, because most women are not good women. They're bad women. They don't listen to God, and most men are bad men too.
Well.
We talking about for us being a sinner. We talking about for us being a sinner.
Listen,
they're sinners, so they're not. So I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Listen. What my question was, just the definition. We're not going into what the woman do. We're going to go into all of that. Just hold on. Let's take our time. We're going to build.
All right. Let me just stick to that. So it would be a God-fearing man. So I'll summarize it. I'll get to the point. I'll abbreviate it. So it would be a God-fearing man that keeps God's laws and wants a God-fearing woman and takes care of his wife, his God-fearing wife, like a woman like Sarah from the Bible. You have to use somebody like Jesus' mother, Mary. So the woman got to be like that. So that type of woman, he pays the bills and he takes care of Jesus' mother, Mary, like Joseph and Mary. So the woman has to be like Jesus' mother in morals. I'm exaggerating until you get the point. She has to be like Mother Teresa. So yes, I agree with paying the bills for Mother Teresa, Jesus' mother, or Moses' sister Miriam. I'm exaggerating it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
We're going to stop there. So that's your definition. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Greg, would you like to share with us your definition of a traditional man?
A traditional man versus a 50-50 man. Is that what they're saying?
That's the topic of the show, traditional man versus the 50-50 man. But right now, we're just going into definitions so we can understand and be on the same page. So what is your definition of a traditional man?
I guess my the definition of a traditional man, well, I guess would be a moral thinking man who, I guess lives by certain codes or rules of, I guess, secular society. I don't know if, when you're talking about a man, from what degree? Like, are we talking about a man, a 50-50 man? Well, a traditional man is just a man who just lives by the moral code of just being a man, pretty much.
Okay. All right. So okay. Very good. Okay. So we're going to hold right there. Angela, would you like to participate?
Traditional man to me is, from what I've seen and grew up around, is when the woman stay at home with the children, raising the children. She stays at home, and the man go out and he works to take care of the bills, or she's able to do bills in the home.
We're talking about traditional man, just like I said, our guest. We're talking about traditional.
So basically, he's able to protect and provide. That's it. He's able to protect and provide for his family. He's a God-fearing man, able to protect and provide.
Okay. Now I want to share this with you. This is what Yada's definition is, and then when I get finished, I want you to tell me if you pretty much agree or not, because he.
Let me just hear what you have to say, Avon. You didn't say what you believe is a tradition.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna read this because he embodied what I wanted to say, and I said rather than mess with perfection, he did a pretty good job. So I'm gonna read. This is my thoughts. It says, one who understands who he is and stands on the foundation of God. He elevates all things around him mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. He understands his emotions. He understands that all things start with himself and everything else is a projection of himself. Those are my thoughts. I agree with that. So would you all agree? This is because a lot of the things that you said it is here. Do you pretty much agree with what this statement here, what he says? Abdal?
Well, I don't believe in religion, and I don't believe in the human's God either, or the human's Bible, so I don't believe in that aspect at all. I think a man should live by a moral code that he sets for himself, and that he should try to relay that to his family, his wife, his girlfriend, or their kids and stuff like that. But no godly man, that's nonsense, because men try to put themselves on some pedestal talking about they trying to do what the Bible says, and they're the worst men's out there. They always claim that, we doing what God says, having all these different women and claiming they're your wives and all this kind of stuff. That's just an excuse to have sex with everybody. So no, I don't agree with that godly man thing at all, period, or the Bible or religion or any faith in anything, because it's all fake. It's all fake.
Let me ask you something. So you never had multiple women before?
Yeah.
So do you believe a man, if he can take care of multiple women, that he can have multiple women?
Well, wait a minute. Now, they were girlfriends, not wives. Okay, I got married once and only had one wife at that time. And once we split up, then I just had girlfriends from there. And usually I always kept two.
Take care of all your girlfriends, or you just had them for sex?
Well, I'm just say it like it is. The girlfriends I had could take care of themselves. Okay, they came from families. That term family is probably, you don't know what that means. None of you know. It means in a certain circles, families mean business and money. Those are the only type of women I would deal with. And that's the two girlfriends I got now. That's what they're about.
Listen, folks.
Yeah.
Now we're getting
so basically
we're going to get into that, but we won't get into that right now. No, we're going to the 50-50. We're still in the traditional part. We're still, we'll get back to that, but we're doing traditional now. So, okay. And we're commenting on the statement that Yada made. Do you basically agree with it or not? So,
I agree with him up until he talked that godly stuff and that Bible stuff. That's nonsense. It's a shame that black people, of all people, believe that nonsense written by the white man. No, I don't go along with that. I go along with what he said up until that part. Yes, what he said, the man should carry the weight. But one thing I don't agree with is the woman sit home and raise the kids while the man is out working. No, that don't go for me. I don't want.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Hold on. We're going to get there. We're still on traditional. Prophet Anthony, are you there? Let's keep the comments brief.
Wait, before we go to Prophet Anthony, didn't Abdul just say that? Hold on, before we go to Prophet Anthony, didn't Abdul just say that he agrees with the traditional man?
Up until a point. Yes, up until a point.
You agree up to what point?
Up until, I'm not going to work every day and that woman sit at home taking care of the kids. We get a babysitter, Jack. You got to go out there and work too, even though I don't want her using her money for nothing but herself, but I want her to have her own income and not rely on me. You see, when a man, wait, let me finish. When a man is doing all the work, making all the money, you are solely relied on him, and you shouldn't do that because he could step off at any time and then you're in a hole. So you should always have your own money, your own income, and your own job. So don't rely on a man like that because you're fooling yourself. That thing could change at any time, especially in today's society because everything is all messed up today. So if you put your faith in just loving this man and him loving you and him bringing that paycheck home every week, that could all end.
Okay, very good. Okay, so let's go to Prophet Anthony because we're going to touch back on these things now. I don't want to get too far out and off track. There's logic to what I'm trying to do here. So let's stick to the plan right now. So the question on the table is, do you agree with this statement from Yada? Do you basically agree with it? Anthony?
No, I do not agree with it. No, I do not agree with nothing he said, basically. Because the whole thing is disingenuous.
Why is it disingenuous? He said what you said. He was saying that.
No, he's not saying what I'm saying. He's contradicting himself.
Based on God.
But his foundation is not based on God because the scriptures don't say that. What he was telling that man, putting that man down, trying to embarrass that man, that's not based on God. And that's the reason why none of the wait. Let me just say this real quick. First of all, anybody who's an atheist, go kill yourself. I look at you as a devil worshiper.
Anthony, that's a foul. We don't do that here. We don't start with the.
I don't even listen to anybody. First of all, let me just say this, and me and Angela used to talk about this for years. I'll chill with that, but if you don't believe in God, you don't get to tell me nothing about anything more. Matter of fact, if there's no God, I could do what I want to do. We shouldn't even have this discussion. But nobody should take care and do nothing right if there's no God. Everything is based on a higher power, not people doing what they want to do.
He said the same thing. What you're saying now?
But what he said, what he said, I disagree with him.
Listen, Anthony.
But I'm telling you why I disagree with him. I'm just telling you I disagree with him because he's saying that what he's saying, because the guy, I think he's supposed to be rich or whatever. First of all, the average guy don't make that. So isn't even statistically. That's why these people don't make, even these people who don't believe in God, you still a piece of garbage too. You don't make no sense, dude. Even mathematically, it don't make no sense.
Well, listen,
the average person,
you're getting ahead of yourself.
Yes, I'm saying. So I don't agree with nothing he said because nothing he said makes sense. Everything's a contradiction. That's what I'm trying to say.
Was this statement? You're going ahead for the video and stuff. That's not what I'm asking you now. Let's stay focused and stick to the question on the table at a time. We're all over the place. Follow the leader here. Follow the instructions here. We're talking about traditional man. That's all we're talking about right now. We're going to get.
No, I get that. I get all that. I'm just trying to simply say what he said was I'm sticking to it, Avon. What he said was disingenuous. Right, so I don't agree with nothing he said. He's just using God. He don't really believe in God just by him talking to the man like that. That's my perception of it.
Okay, so your answer is no. Okay, now we're going to.
No, I don't agree with him. No.
Very good, Greg. What do you say?
All right. So what I'm taking out of it is to a degree, like for instance, even when you look at this terminology of traditions, even biblically traditions are actually wrong anyway. I mean, if you understand the significance of breaking down manuscript scrolls and things like that. So I don't believe in a traditional man to that degree. I believe in some of the words. I can agree with some of the words and the things that they say because I understand the context that he's coming from. But when it comes down to the understanding of tradition, tradition is what actually got us all in trouble. So I can agree with some of the words that he said about the standards of the way a man should live, being godly and things like that. And emphatically, of course, I can definitely prove biblically all of those things are correct. And then that's and I'm not even trying to jump the gun. And I know me and Brother Abdul, we're gonna go. We'll have our discussion about that in another podcast or whatever. Brother Abdul, how's it going, man? Shout out to you and shout out to
I'm
Brother Anthony.
fine,
How y'all
bro.
doing? Y'all good?
How you doing? I'm doing good.
Good, brother. Yeah. So at the end of the day, so we got a lot of ground to cover. But basically, what he was saying, I understand the context of what he was saying, and it made a lot of sense. But I just don't believe in a traditional terminology because the scriptures alone itself condemns tradition. Tradition is what actually got all of us in trouble in the first place. But if he's a man that lays on a foundation of doing for his family and things like that, and being a breadwinner, I have absolutely no problem with that.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Angela, what say you?
About what?
Did you agree with the statement that Yada made about the traditional man? What I just said to you, do you agree with that statement? Yes or no? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now for the next part where we're getting there now. So now how the question on the table is, how do you describe a 50-50 man? That's the question that's on the table now. So
Can I answer first?
Say it again. Yes, you may.
Okay. A 50-50 man, he wants you to go half and half on everything. He wants you to work as hard as him. He wants you to work, matter of fact, more harder than him. He wants you to be in the trenches. He wants you to cook, clean, scrub. He wants you to pay most of the bills, not even 50-50, pay most of the bills. He wants you to do more than he is doing. And you have to work as hard as he do. That's why most 50-50, they say that. They say, I want my woman to work hard. So you basically, you got to just be in a mindset of working really hard. You got to have that mindset. I'm working hard, and that's what I consider the 50-50 mindset man. He wants you to work just as hard or harder than him because he feels he's putting in that work and he wants you to put the work in too. Roll up your sleeve, put on construction boots and hat and work just as hard.
Mercy. Now we're gonna switch it up. Greg, what say you, Greg?
Okay, I believe what a 50-50 man is an individual who actually in the beginning had every intention to start out as a man who wanted to provide and do everything the right way, but due to the fact of the way society is going and things like that, sometimes these things are just impossible because it all depends on the situation. Everybody's situation is different. So at the end of the day, if I was an individual who wanted to be the breadwinner, had every intention of being the breadwinner, but at some point I fell on hard times and things started going awry, and I had a compassionate woman that understood the situation and was able to say, well, listen, let's sit down and let's, pull this thing together and see what we can do together mutually and make this a mutual thing. Basically, that's what it really should be. It should be two people coming together, consenting and understanding the situation offhand in order for them to pull together for the benefit of solution versus me saying, okay, well, listen, if I'm going to be the breadwinner, I'm going to bring half in. You need to get out there and start doing your part. No, it shouldn't even be that way. We should already have a conversation based on why I'm having issues on not being able to be the full circle breadwinner and seeing what she could bring to the table. And at that particular point, we should come to a conclusion at that point right there to prevent all the contention. I mean, if you're going to do it from a rational thinking way, that's just my point.
You're saying that she already came into the table for 50-50. You saying that she
not
should
necessarily. Not necessarily.
We saying 50-50 is okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. So what I'm saying is that, huh?
She already coming to the table with 50%.
Well, if she
We're talking about the brother now.
if she's already coming, if she's coming to the table 50-50, then basically everybody should lay down all of the cards on the table right there to let everyone know. So both parties should know what they're capable of and what they're capable of bringing to the table. And then from that point, you know, they build an establishment and a rational establishment that's going to keep everything going correctly. I mean, everything's not going to always be perfect,
You
but
already know
if
what
she's
she's
coming,
bringing to the table. She bringing 50%. She bringing half. You
No,
already
no,
know
but-
what she bringing.
no, but notice the way you were saying it. You were saying it in a way where you were talking from the perspective of just how you felt a 50-50 man is. What I'm simply saying is that in the beginning, the man in the beginning should be actually the breadwinner. It's always should be the man ahead at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, the man is the head of the foundation. That's just you know, that's the way it should be, and that has nothing to do with being biased or being you know, male chauvinist or anything like that to that degree. I'm just saying that the man is the head of the foundation. So at the end of the day, he should be the one that should be able to be the provider. But like I said, in today's society, we have such a corrupt society that's actually negating and navigating the way everyone is living their lives, you know, and things like that. If he does meet a headstrong woman that is willing to bring 50-50 to the table, if it's going to be from that perspective, then they both should sit down and lay all the cards down, and so they can understand what their positions are going to be and then what they're going to do moving forward, and so there's no contention and there's no confusion. And that's just pretty much what it is. That's why even when you're looking at the perspective of marriage, bills and all kind of different things need to be.
Wait. Slow it down. So I am so happy that everyone is willing to go and getting into this.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm just giving you from another perspective.
The definition of the 50-50 man.
Well, no, 50, but
Greg keeps talking about he
that
wants
does
to
apply.
I know we got that,
Greg,
but we're going to get into that. Hold on.
No. I'm just saying. No, I was just going to make one point. All I'm just simply saying is that even when two mutual people are coming together and it's going to be a mutual situation, certain things should be discussed before you interject. I mean, certain things should be discussed before you make that, you know, before you tie those knots and do all those things. There's a lot of different things that need to come down and be laid down on the table before you move in that direction. And so everybody's try to be as sincere as they possibly can, and so there's no contentions or no problems later on, you know, down the line. So that's what I'm saying. So if it's going to be a 50-50 thing, it has to be mutual all across the board. I mean, that's just basic.
What is 50-50?
Excuse me?
What is 50-50 in a relationship? And nothing called 50-50. People just name things 50-50. A man is a man who run a household, who take care of things.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Nothing
exactly
called 50-50. Why you guys get this thing called 50-50?
Well,
No.
Listen. Hold on, Cleveland. This is what's going on here.
And he's getting it wrong.
I'm not getting nothing wrong because you guys is naming things 50-50.
But that's what we're trying. Listen, Cleveland.
Because you guys come up with the wrong idea.
No, but listen,
the wrong method
before you call in there, Cleveland, listen to me.
Maybe you didn't hear the beginning.
Hold on a minute.
I heard the whole conversation. We never grew up in a no house called 50-50. This is no one play no numbers. No one play.
Where did you grow up at? Can I ask you where did you grow up at?
I
grew up in Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica.
Okay, so that right there,
Kingston, Jamaica, a rude boy.
So what you just said right there, the fact that you moved in, you're coming from a different culture viewpoint.
All right, okay, we muted y'all. We muted y'all. Okay, so just one at a time. Go ahead. We muted y'all because Avon needs to have.
Before we unmute anybody, listen. What we're doing here, what we're going and what the question on the table, what we were describing. We're not saying that that's what it is, but based on this video that we saw and the topic that's going on around the traditional man versus the 50-50 man, the question on the floor is, what is your definition? How would you describe each one of these things? I said that's what's on the table. We didn't get past that first and everybody's digging into the conversation. We're going to get there. Calm down. We want to in orderly fashion.
Stop showing videos what people making to make money
to the young boy, to the young boys, them, and the young men of the future. The young men of the future must see something and show video that they can recognize and become a young man and run their family like what we used to. The video you showing about making money, telling people how to do things the wrong way. That's just two computers talking to one another. We didn't grow up that. A rude boy didn't grow up in that society. I didn't come to America to learn that of a computer. No. Traditional men from down south, from New York City, from the whole America, the whole world, know what it takes to run a family, know what it takes when you make a baby, when you make a family. That's your responsibility.
But you know what? Hold on. Before you go there, listen. Apparently, that is not the case. There is a lot of people that listen. Let me finish the thought. The thing is, according to what's going on here now, and all this pushback and going back and forth, it's not a common knowledge. You think it is. You got a lot of single parent households out here.
I listen to your comments.
Let me finish the thought. The thing is, you don't have that. You got single households, and we're not being trained. We don't have the time a lot of the time to train our children and to teach them what it is to be in the household. What is a man's job? What is a woman's job? So we didn't even get to that part yet. So it's not a common thing, and we want to get there, but I don't want to go too far ahead. We want to go in order here.
Yes, Sister Evan, I heard them ask you a question. You never answer it. You read something that someone said. You never give your view of your own view. You read something. No, you read something that someone said that you go along.
What did I say? I said I agreed with it.
No, we don't want to hear. We don't want to hear what you agree with. We want to hear what you think.
I think that what I just
no, that's not the way you do things. No. Speak your own mind. Speak your own mind, Sister Evan. Speak your own mind.
I got you. But listen here. My thing is, when somebody says something eloquently, I don't need to reiterate it or follow the words, whatever. I like the way that it was said, and I'm in agreement with that.
You like it, but we want to hear your own view of your own thinking.
That is my own vision. He said the word.
I keep it 100% real. If Angela says something, if the other brother says something, the other brother says something, they say something that they knew of and what they're speaking from their heart and from their tongue. They're not speaking something from another man's point of view, another female point of view.
I will tell you what it is. I believe a traditional man, and what the man is, he needs to know of himself. That goes for both sides, women and men. You need to know yourself. And to know yourself, you need to know all those things, the physically, the spiritually, and the financial, and the mental. We don't have that in order. That's what I call when I'm always, listen, you're asking me, and I'm telling you. Now, the thing is, with when we're on the radio, when we're on Blog Talk, and other conversations that we had, I always say the same thing. You need to do the self-work. You need to know yourself. And a lot of what's going on out here is I'm not hearing that. I'm hearing broken, lost people, and they're coming off with things. I'm hearing emotional people, men and women. They are triggered. I hear triggered and broken people here. You say something, I can see, and I see, people are running and go, this and that. My thing is, we're having a conversation and a discussion here, and we're just going through. The video is what inspired it, but what we're going to go around, we're doing this round robin. Everybody's taking a chance, and I'm asking specific questions that I would like to be answered. And because there's a method to this madness here. We're going to build up into it. We're jumping ahead and whatever. We need to establish a common ground first, and then we will go into, then we can bounce off things of what we see and what's happening here. So that's where we're going now. So now, if you would wish to continue, or did you say what you wanted to say on that? Now, you know what? Instead of wasting time, we did that a lot. Let's go to the next one. the next question is there any time that is okay for a man to be in 50-50? Is there a time? Is there any time for?
Well, my point of view of that, I'm not gonna comment on 50-50. If I don't know what 50-50 is, I'm not comment after what a two computer is talking about. I know what I grew up after. I know what I knew supposed to be a man, what a man responsibility of a house to be. A man responsibility of a house to do. He know once he become a man, if he see what his father, his grandfather did, and how they run their house. So I can't even comment on that. I can just listen to your guys and speak my view and respect your guys' view. And
Well,
go.
This is what the 50-50 mean. It can mean different things to different people. So to most women, 50-50 means that for most women, meaning that you put 50% money into the household bills, you're paying half. Like one guy said, a lot of guys say they want their woman. Let me finish. They want their woman working hard as them. They want their woman out there in the trenches working hard, just like them, putting up 50-50. So if he bring home 100, if he bring home 30,000, she gotta bring home 30,000. So she's working just as hard as him. Sometimes more or whatever. So basically, you just putting up as much. It's equal rights in the relationship. It's no, it's basically, she putting up 50, you putting up 50. And basically, it's talking about mostly finances. That's what they mean by that. Most people.
So you want to add on to that, Cleveland, or you?
No, I'm not gonna add on to that because again, I said if a man is working and a man is doing his job, a man is doing job for his family. If a man fell off of something and the lady can pick up and do something, the man will appreciate that until he get back to what he deserves, where he need to get back to. He not looking, a real man not looking for no 50-50 from no woman, because the man know what his thing is to do, is to work hard and take care of his family.
Can I comment on that?
Yes.
All right. So basically, everything that you just said, right, makes 110,000%. I could not agree with you more. That's why I totally understand why you're being completely biased towards this entire subject matter. And basically, what I was saying was pretty much what you just said in a nutshell. That's why exactly what I said is that when you're looking at it from the perspective of a 50-50 man, if the man in the beginning, he's supposed to be the man that's supposed to have the mentality of being the breadwinner. He's supposed to come out the gate being the breadwinner. That's the way he's supposed to be. But however, because of society's rights and the way things are going now, if he does happen to fall on hard times, or if he's in a position or in a situation where he has a woman that's compassionate enough to understand the situation, then they should come together in a mutual situation where they can come together and they can both agree that she wants to come in to assist, and then she can be appreciative to that man. And that's basically my perspective of a 50-50 situation, rather than revolving as an individual 50-50 man or 50-50 woman. It should always be a mutual situation. But yes, in the beginning, the man definitely most certainly should be the breadwinner in the situation, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, that's just logic. So that's just my point. And I'm going to keep it short because, they got other people that want to probably comment too. But that's basically what you said. I can understand why you're being biased because of your culture and your upbringing. Totally understanding. And, unfortunately, we didn't have that. And we have no code of conduct today, which is the overall problem. That's another story. But basically, what you just said, I try to say it pretty much kind of coming from a different perspective. But we're kind of in agreement with each other. But I get it. So that's all I got to say.
Okay. Abdal, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, first thing first, I want to establish this. I don't believe that a man should be head of household. That's number one. Okay, I learned from my father, and he taught me well about that. A man should never try to run the house like he's king or he's overall say-so on everybody. I believe when a man and a woman being together, they should make decisions together. That is the only part of 50-50 I believe in. And as far as working, both parties have to work. But only
That's a
one,
bad.
only
That
one
makes
thing
sense.
to do.
Let me explain something to you. I respect what you just said, and I respect how you was thought and how were you upbringing. In a household, man, a man is the head of the house. He don't only make. He's not the man that's make all the decision. The wife make decision, the girlfriend make decision too. But the man is on the top, brother. The man have more pants than the lady. The lady don't wear skirts. The lady wear different things from a man. A man pants stand tall. A man hat stand tall. A man and a lady don't wear the same hat, brother. A man is responsible for the head of the household, but your wife or your girlfriend still come along and make a decision. You're not gonna override what she says sometime, but you go together. But the man is man, brother. The man open the door, brother. The man do this, the man do that, but the lady still come along. Where you get that from, brother? Come on, brother.
I was taught by my father, and he taught me to always be
wrong.
equal.
No, you were taught wrong.
Really?
And that's not with every household, brother. But the fact of the fact is the man who opened the door. Is the man who led the way. You don't put your lady in front of a war. How's she gonna run the house if a war come? If a burglar come, you put your lady in front of the door? No.
You take that the wrong. You taking that the wrong way, bro.
No, brother. You just said the lady.
You
just said the lady. The lady made the decision. You were thought that the lady, brother. That's what you just said.
I think they both got both. I think they both got great. They got great points. And they to some degree they both. I agree with the Jamaican brother wholeheartedly. I understand where Abdul is coming from, but and I understand where he's coming from. So let me just quick expound on what you're saying real quick, Abdul. I understand what you're saying, where you feel that he shouldn't be like when you're saying it. Help me understand. I just think that what you're saying, when the Jamaican brother is saying that the man should be the breadwinner, this is in no way, form, or fashion of saying that he should be exposing or putting tyranny on his woman, because it has nothing to do with that. But at the end of the day, because he's in that position of being that breadwinner and the man who's supposed to protect the family, he should be first. Like, he should give his life first, as far as I'm concerned. That man's position is who he is. But I understand where you're coming from too, Abdul. But make no mistake about it. The society that we're living in today, because it is so corrupted and so twisted and so compromising, this is the reason why we have so much contention the way we are. We do still got to respect these two ladies who bring forth these subject matters, so we could try to see what we could do to clear things up. But, and I mean, really and truly, to the brothers, right, the Jamaican brother, I definitely agree with what he's saying. Only because at the end of the day, we are the ones, and again, it has nothing to do with degrading a woman. At the end of the day, we are the ones who should be holding that foundation, the family structure, the way we should, and that woman should be our legible and potent backbone that will keep us there, to keep that foundation going. Because one thing I will tell you, without the woman being there, I mean, man's gonna have a hard way to go. So we definitely do need that foundational, fundamental, and powerful, headstrong woman to be there, to be our backbone, without a shadow of a doubt. So that's why my head goes off to the ladies who are there, who provide that stronghold, 100%.
Can I comment on that for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
First thing first, I wouldn't deal with a woman that was not as smart as I am. That's number one.
Right.
Okay, she has to be on an equal plane with me 100%.
Right.
Okay, and the only thing I will do that I don't want her to do is carry all the weight for the bills. I handle all the expense. I want her to be with me to make all decisions. We'll do it together. And if she want to take the lead on something, she could do that. And I'm never offended by it. If a woman got a good idea, I want to hear it. And if it's okay, we'll put it into place. So I'm not no male chauvinist. I don't believe in this male domination, and I don't believe in men as being the head of the family. No, it's got to be equal, because let me tell you something. The bottom line is this. No woman in her right mind can be happy with some man telling her what to do and how to do it. She got to be able to get her home.
Well, no. By society's rights today, yeah, you would be correct. But as they would say, as they're using that word out of context traditionally, that would definitely not be the objective. But I get what you're saying. In today's society, the way things have been completely compromised and corrupted, oh, absolutely not. That's one of the reasons why we have the contention we have today. You know what I mean? And that's, I guess, why we're trying to rectify those things right now as we go. So that's 100% correct. But in these past, I'd say 60 to 70 years, especially within the Black community. But now keep in mind something real quick. I'll let you know that you have to keep in mind, even right before 64 and all the things that happened through the era of COINTELPRO and civil rights. Before that, between about 1900 up until about maybe 1950, even through Jim Crow, you had families that were fully intact and they were living together in unison, even through Jim Crow laws. And that has to count for something. Let's think about that.
Okay. You know what,
brother,
that was
brother,
very good.
brother, listen to history, brother. Brother, listen to history, brother.
You make this comment and
brother, listen to history, brother. Bob Marley sing one song, brother. No woman no cry, brother. No woman no cry. No woman no cry, brother. Bob Marley a legend. Inspiration to the whole world, brother.
I hear you.
To the whole world. So no one saying the woman not to make decision. She gonna always make decision.
That's right.
That's your woman. But the man stand, brother.
That's right.
The man who stand, and the lady come and make, okay, husband, this is not correct. And we work together on the correct path, on the correct way. Everybody want a smart woman. And if the woman not smart, the man can make she smart if the man is intelligent and smart. No woman no cry, brother. Listen to Bob Marley.
That was good. Now, before we go on to the next thing, Prophet Anthony, do you have anything that you want to add to that?
No, I'm done. I don't feel like arguing though, but I'm done. It's a dead issue. It's just the thing is out of order. People is talking over people, disrespecting. It's already out of hand. This is not a conversation here now.
No, I think we've come to a good conclusion now, Brother Anthony. I think we should be okay. I think we should be okay.
I disagree. I disagree.
Can I add something to
like you talking over me now? She asking me. You talking over me now, brother? You doing it right now?
No. I wanted to.
If somebody's talking, nobody should. If somebody can't ask the question, brother, I'm talking. You interrupting me now. This is what I'm talking about.
Let him finish.
If any man is talking, no man should be interrupting no other man while they talking. That's disrespectful.
And then after.
She did ask me. She asked Prophet Anthony. Just on that alone, that makes me right, and it's recorded. She asked me.
All right, go ahead, Anthony. Go ahead and speak. Wait, Greg.
If anybody interrupts me, says anything while I'm talking, I'm out of here. I'm hanging up. That's disrespectful. Nobody should be talking while I'm talking. She did ask me a question. All right, so the thing is all over the place. It's starting to get unorganized. It's supposed to be, and anybody that talks, anybody should be muted. Nobody should be talking longer, because she gave me them same rules. There should be no favoritism going on here. So that now we don't have a show. That's not a show. If we was on NBC News or ABC, they wouldn't be doing that. You get kicked out. The security would take you out.
Very well.
Y'all know that. Black people gotta respect each other. Don't come and get act ghetto. That's ghetto.
Now go ahead and answer the question, please.
No, what's the question?
The question, what was on the table is, do you want to add to what was said just now between the three other gentlemen, Greg, Cleveland?
No, you never asked me. You skipped over me, Avon. You skipped right over me. You never asked me the last question you asked me.
When they spoke, we went in different order. I said, and that's before we went on to the next one.
You were supposed to go to me, but another brother came on, started talking. You didn't ask me the two questions, so I don't even know what to say.
Well,
you skipped over me.
The first thing was, we were going off of the description of the 50-50 man, what you thought about that, and then what came after that was Cleveland had mentioned he was going back to what the men do, what
No, it was based on the question you asked. What Cleveland was saying was based on the question about a 50-50 relation. You never asked me what a 50-50. You never asked me that. You skipped right over me twice.
You have the floor, so answer that question.
That is true, Avon. It's on the record. You never asked me. You skipped over me twice. I pay attention to everything. I pay attention to everything that people say. I'm not deaf. I can hear everything what people are saying. I disagree with pretty much. I'm just saying. In terms of the 50-50 thing, I told you before the start. I want to say this. If you're not addressing both of the genders, then it's a disingenuous conversation. I may not even say nothing, because you can't talk about traditional men without talking about non-traditional women. Because the stuff that people is talking about, Avon, that's not what's happening in the real world.
But
so this is a delusional conversation.
Listen, in answer to your question, I told you from the get-go, we were just establishing the definitions and what you thought, each and every one of us thought of what a traditional man is, and now what's on the floor is what's the 50-50 man. And what I continued to say was everybody was so excited and they were jumping ahead. You're right, it got all over the place. So I'm trying to bring order. I'm allowing people to say things, but I do interject, but then it's hard to bring it back in order when, like you say, people are talking over each other and they're not listening. And then we want to keep the answers 1 to 2 minutes. Let's start there, because then it gets long and drawn out and then we get away from the topic. So let's go back into that.
But another thing, Avon, I'm just saying, I'm giving you my 2 cents. I think you should allow people to answer the question the way they want it, as long as they're answering the question. Because to me, you can't talk.
We can't have half an hour answers to each question.
No. I'm not saying a half an hour. No, it could be brief. Somebody can answer it the way they want and be brief and respectful.
That's what I'm saying. That question, I would like us to stick.
They should be allowed to answer the question. That's what I'm trying to say. The way I look at the whole thing, it's an argument. It's a debate, really, because this is a constant debate. It's not going to stop as long as America exists. Because we in another kingdom, regardless. Historical facts is what's going on too, but nobody wants to talk on that. They just blaming the man supposed to do this. The average person don't make that, so it don't even make any sense. That's a statistical fact. That 99% of everybody on the planet is broke. If you're not a billionaire, you're broke. How about that? If you're not a billionaire or a millionaire, you're broke. The average person, even Bernie Sanders said that, you're not part of the 1%. You don't make that kind of money. So the average person is making $15 an hour, and that's not enough to take care of family. That's where we at in this country. And that's 99% of people. That's a statistical fact. I looked it up. The average person don't make enough money to take care. That's people who's making $500,000 a year and up 400. The average person don't make that, black or white. Even a white man don't make that kind of money. So I don't know what you're talking about. The average person ain't got that kind of money they talking about. And not only that, is traditional woman versus non-traditional woman. I know a man should not have to pay for a non-traditional woman. A non-traditional woman, just like the Republicans say in Donald Trump, y'all scared of Donald Trump and the Republicans. That's a Christian woman. I don't want to take care of a non-Christian who don't do what the Bible say to do now. So I don't agree with that stuff. Once you start going against God, it ain't going to work out anyway. And that's why it's not working out. Nobody I know is happy in their relationships. That's why these people is not happy and it's not working anyway. As much stuff as people brag and pop all this stuff, it's not working because that's not the way God wanted to be. That I know for sure. So, I mean, all this bragging and stuff, because black people pop mad mess, bragging to do this and you supposed to do this. And he putting this man down basically because he's poor. Well, if you're not rich, you're poor. And I know nobody on this line is rich. So just because you're not rich, I'm not paying you no mind. You gotta have Jeff Bezos money to talk mess. So nobody's got Jeff Bezos money. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
So yeah, the topic is confusing because the average man doesn't make $500,000 a year. Everybody knows that. The president said that, Joe Biden. So what are we talking about? To really take care of your family the right way, you gotta have hundreds of thousands of dollars. The average man doesn't make that kind of money. The average person is not Puff Daddy or Jay-Z. Jay-Z got $1 billion net worth. You can look it up, Michael Jordan. The average person don't got that kind of net worth. So I don't know what you're talking about. So even on that alone, it don't make any sense.
Okay, so
that's the only thing I'm trying to say. It has to make logical, statistical, based on statistics of jobs, how much the average American family is making.
Okay, so listen. Okay,
let me say one more thing, and then I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna say just let me say this last thing, and I'm gonna be quiet. You can go talk to, and that's the last thing I'll probably say for the rest of the night. Is the Ford traditional what they're talking about? 50-50 is the average person. 50-50 is not saying they want a woman to work harder than a man. No, if you're not a Christian woman that obeys the laws of God, no man should pay the bills. That's why people want to leave God out of it. You try to be slick, and you're all going to hell. You're all going to die, all of you. You try to leave God out of it, it ain't going to work. That's why the children is on crack, on drugs, and all that stuff. It's not working.
All right, so
it's not going to work. You can get mad, you can say what you want, and that's what I'm saying. I know it's a big disagreement. You can't have God and say you can't have an angel and a demon in the room at the same time. Them two going to fight. It's not going to work.
Okay, so listen.
You can talk about regular stuff, anything outside of God. I do what I want to do. If there's no God, there is no respect. There is no family or nothing without God. There is no kids. There is no woman or man without God. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm still trying to understand. I'm confused.
Listen, Anthony. Listen, nigga, listen now.
But that's the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna shut up and let you take it from there. I'm done. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say nothing else. I'm gonna just look it.
All right.
Good. I'm done.
Very good. Now, getting back on track. Now, this is true. It is confusing, but there is a plan. We're building here. This is not a debate. We're having a conversation, and we're sharing thoughts and ideas. Everybody has an opinion. So that is what we're having now. Now, what I'm putting to the panel now, because I want to tighten up on what Cleveland has said earlier and what Greg and Abdul had mentioned earlier. Okay, so listen to this. According to this statement here, I want to hear your thoughts on this. Where am I? I lost my train of thought. Okay. What is your response to the statement? I want you to be reminded of something that our fathers didn't teach us, that we must go hard and that we shouldn't go into a relationship until we have direction. And the part two of that is, so what is the plan? Cleveland, you had mentioned, you had started out with what you know and what you've learned in Jamaica and how men do this and come into the household. That's just it. You're saying we're talking about households where the men were there. Now we're seeing in America that there are a lot of households that do not have the father there. So it's heavy led by the women. So you don't have the men, and that's teaching that. So the thing is, based on this statement right here, I want to know what your thoughts are on that, because a lot of times the man has not been in the house and you have not been taught that. So that's just like saying, well, it's just common sense. Common sense is not so common. And if you're not exposed to it, then you would not know what it is that you're speaking of. So we want to just tighten that up right now. So who wants to start that off? Abdul, you want to have?
Yeah, sure. See, everybody's raised differently. First of all, I think that sometimes when a person starts off in life, okay, then I'll get into that. They should learn from their parents, both the positive and the negative, what their parents give off. when I was a child, I watched my father do everything, and it upset me that I came home every day and I watched this man come home from work, cook, clean, deal with the kids, everything. And I was upset about that. It bothered me that my mother did nothing until my father seen me staring at her with like a hatred. It wasn't hatred. I was just mad and upset because he did everything and mommy did nothing. And then he explained to me the difference of he don't want his wife tired. He don't want his wife dealing with these unruly kids every day. You know, so he said he takes the weight for that. So his wife can spend time pleasing him sexually. And I understood that. And then I wasn't mad no more. You know, and I carried that on to my life too, the same way. I never wanted my kid's mom come home tired, got to deal with the kids. I already dealt with them. You know, they're fine now. So when she come home, all she got to do is wash up and eat. You know, the kids will wash the dishes and then everything is fine. And we make decisions always together. I don't never want to supersede a woman. Never. She's supposed to be my equal. I don't care if she's not as smart as I am. I'm going to treat her as my equal anyway. As long as the decision she's make is beneficial to everybody. You know, and that's the way I am now today. I have 2 girlfriends. They work for our organization in New York. And their families wanted them to work for their business, but I pulled them away and had them work for us instead. You know, so they make their own money, but they live off of trust funds. You know, so I don't deal with, you know, I'm not bragging. I don't deal with people that work regular jobs. Everybody I know work from home that do work regular jobs.
All right, very good. But again, the question is specifically, let's tighten it up.
Go ahead.
Do you think men should go into a relationship? They should wait and not go into a relationship until they have direction or they have a plan?
Yes, I totally support that. Yeah, well, you know, before you get in a relationship with a person, I believe that both people should get to be friends first before you even get to a relationship. I think you should be friends for at least over a year before you get to that relationship stuff, because you have to know her and she has to know you. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, I'll give you an example. My past turned a woman off when she found out that I was involved with her brother. Her brother used to come down North Philly when he was a kid. And she found out that I was the Junie Looney that people talked about, her brother talked about, because he lived in Trenton and he came to North Philly. So everything was fine between us until I seen a picture in the mom's and dad's house. And I said, y'all know Miguel? She said, how you know him? I said, he used to come down North Philly all the time and hang with us. And then the daughter picked up that I was the Junie Looney he talked about that did all this bad stuff. Okay. But as far as two people being together, that has to be a shared experience. And you have to, before you get in a relationship, you have to know your party, what they're about, where they came from, and what they're about now. You know, I've never been ashamed of the things I've done. I'm not ashamed of the person that I am today. I've changed, yes. You know, I was a gangbanger, and I love doing that kind of stuff. Love hurting people, love doing whatever was necessary, and that's what I came from. And I have no shame and no regret. Whatever I did was necessary. And I believe that people getting in a relationship should try to figure each other out first before they take it any further. Before they ever have any kids, talk about getting married, talk about living together, and all that kind of stuff. You know, so it should be a shared experience before any togetherness happens. And I mean, and another thing, if a woman has children, that man she's dealing with, he better be able to accept those kids she has, or she don't need him. Number one. I tell women that all the time. If he takes you, it's a package deal. You got children, they're his kids now. And if he don't feel like that, he's a useless, worthless piece of you know what I mean.
Okay, okay. So Angela, are you there? What are your thoughts? I want to hear from my co-host. What do you think about that? Should
You could ask someone else, and then I could come back around to in terms of should people. Well, the reality is most people that's not going to happen. Most people get into relationships and they not wait until they master themselves or get to know themselves totally. So it's about relationships, right? So while you in a relationship, you should always be working on yourself. That's obvious. But it's not a reality that you're gonna wait until you perfect to get into a relationship. So you only could go by what you was brought up on, your morals, principles, and values, basically. And that changed from person to person. So you want to make sure that the person that you with is in alignment with what you believe, your morals, principles, and values, as much as possible.
right. No, we realize that it has to be the self-work, but specifically, the question is, should people even go into a relationship if they don't have a direction? Or men, because we were talking about the male end, but it could be either way. We could speak about the woman too. Should you go into a relationship without any direction and without a plan?
I mean, you should have a plan, but everything that you do, you should have a plan. And most people do have a plan. Men have plans, women have plans. Some men be like, oh, I just want her for sex. So they do have a plan. A lot of women say, I want him just for his money. So people do have plans. It's just not maybe, I think they do have
It ain't a building a family. It ain't a plan for building a family. That's what we're going on specifically. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, Greg, you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm just listening to everything right now, so I can kind of like come in and say the things I gotta say. So basically, the way I look at it is like this. Due to the fact that us as a demographic and us as basically a people, because we've been so far removed from everything that we even from the things that we know, that we've been so far removed from our original understanding of who we are. Period. Is one of the focal points of the problem. When you're looking at it from a biblical viewpoint, which I'm a Bible believer, and I go straight, and I like to use scripture to validate a lot of things that I say. So basically, one of the biggest issues, especially like when you're looking at it from the perspective of church, okay, because at the end of the day, remember, we all grew up as Christians and things like that. We always told to believe, to follow the direction of the churches. But then, of course, when you look at all of the problems that the church has presented to us, and this is the thing, the concept of Christianity itself as understanding is not the issue. The issue is right around the time when the Methodists broke off from the King Henry VIII system, it came over here and corrupted all of the doctrines and corrupted everything, or the whole viewpoint or the whole perspective on how we saw things from a godly viewpoint. And then keep in mind, at this point, once around 1661, when the first slave laws were passed and things like that, and then we had to kind of like start following the patterns of the people who oppressed us and things like that, a lot of things went completely astray. That's why we have so many heresies today pertaining to the church, and why and us trying to use a biblical direction, which we should be dealing with a biblical direction. We shouldn't be dealing with a what we call a progressive Christian directive, which is the biggest overall problem today, which is the reason why we have people saying things out of context, claiming to be certain things that they're actually not, and don't even understand the significance of why they think they're what they are and they're really not. And we're talking anything from prophets to prophetess, people who claim to be apostles and things like that. These are all total heresies, and this is the reason why we have no direction. But to your credit of what you're saying, yeah, we should be following a direction. The problem is that even when we were following what we call traditional direction in the beginning, the reason why it never worked with us, due to the fact that we are this, the chosen body of who we are. Going from a secular viewpoint, everything is going wrong, and especially now, things are so far out of hand. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'll give you a quick example. Look at how we just celebrated 50 years of hip hop, right? Everyone fails to mention that out of 34 years of that 50 years of hip hop, because we've been subjugated to the same negative behavior patterns, the same negative rhetoric and all these horrible things from degrading women. Black men still calling them N-word in today's society. Women are glamorizing negativity like being hoes and bees and stuff like that. So right now things are so corrupted and so far gone. Like, you know, to follow any type of pattern today and to follow something called prosperity gospel, which is now merged into something called progressive Christianity, which is now the focal point of the biggest problem today. We have a lot of corrupted situations going on. This is the reason why we can never come to no conclusion or understanding what the scriptures really represent. This is a problem. You understand? So, of course, in today's society, yeah, we really need to definitely come back to the Most High, come back to God, and really understand. And we need to do, we need to differentiate and understand that the scriptures really should be validated. But when we understand what it means, not from the secular misconception of what we're taking today, but the direction is that even me, like as a man who has a 16-year-old child, when I'm talking to my daughter, you know, she's a straight A student. She's down in Georgia. She's doing good things and stuff like that. And I always tell her that I have to be the example to give her right direction. So if I take her out, I'll open the door for her as I'm taking her out. I'll sit her down. I'll pull a chair out and I'll show her certain things that a man should be, doing to make to show what daddy's showing you is the way the man should be representing himself the same way. And there's certain things that certain guidelines out of respect that we should be navigating, to the person who was going to be our potential partner and things like that. So there's a lot of stuff. And again, we have a whole, we have such a sledgehammer of problems. And one of the biggest problems is because of the heart. The heart is deceitful, like Jeremiah 17:9 says, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know the heart? The problem is that. So trying to correct things in a society today where things are going horribly wrong, going in a direction where we're living, while the political correctness is navigating everything through a misconception of progressive Christianity, which now everyone seems to be following, and now we have no direction. And as a demographic, one of the biggest problems from a secular viewpoint, we have no code of conduct as a people, and that is one of your biggest issues. And if you don't have a code of conduct, how can you even possibly even worship God or even want to even follow direction? So we do have serious problems here.
Okay, very good. Anthony, do you have anything you want to say or add to that?
About what? About what was the question?
The question is, should a man enter into a relationship he should wait until he has direction, and what is the plan? What would the plan be? So that's the second part of the question. Should a man
okay.
You agree that he shouldn't go into a relationship until he has direction? And then the second part of the question
I was confused because the thing he was saying was it wasn't about a plan. He was talking about history and the history of Christianity and this and that. But it's tough to answer these questions, man, because the reason why it's tough for me because it involves a lot of other stuff that people don't want to talk about, nor they don't want to hear. That's why I be saying most people is disingenuous. Not taking shots at people, but if you want to be honest and the truth about God, you talk about every aspect of it, or don't talk about it at all.
I would like to have a conversation.
I'm gonna say something that the elder. I'm gonna say something that the elder Stokely Carmichael said, who marched with Martin Luther King. Rest in peace to Stokely, the great Stokely Carmichael, and he was from the islands too, from Trinidad. But he said that this country is one way. See, that's a capitalistic point of view.
Yeah, I see.
All right, which capitalism, the way it's, I'm just saying this real quick. Somebody said something?
No, go ahead, continue.
Oh, okay. All right. So, I'm gonna be real quick. I'm gonna get to the point. So he said that this country likes to talk about one side instead of both sides. If you're going to learn capitalism, Angela experienced this in school. I'm sure she don't mind me saying this about Quran when they was teaching them capitalism and they gave them socialism for like 1 week. Am I lying, Angela?
No, you're not lying. No.
Yes, they gave Quran social for like 1 week and said, no, that's it. He can't learn no more. And they gave him capitalism for like a month. That's what Stokely caught. That's why I say he's a genius. That's a genius. All them black leaders, Malcolm X, that's who I respect. Those black men I respect. Not no regular dude talking some regular stuff. I don't pay no mind to these dudes. But people like Huey P. Newton and Fred Hampton, that's a man. That's a black man to me. But anyway, everybody has their own definition. Not no dude talking about, yo, I'm a gangster. I'm going to kill another black man trying to fight another black dude. You ain't gangster. You a punk. You ain't going to go kill no white man. So any black man ain't killing no white man, dude. You a punk. So I don't listen to all that. That's black on black crime, black hatred. That's the stuff from slavery days. Even black men going at each other. That's all slavery stuff. Like that's some cool. Like in the New Kingdom, all them black men. If I had the power, I'm killing every single one of them. I'm telling the army, shoot them down. I'm the king.
Listen, Anthony.
On this show,
we don't want to hear all that stuff, man. But all right, I'll chill with it. But here's the point. Here's the point. What I'm saying, we should be able to talk about the main point because I did start digressing. I'm glad you reminded me. But the point is, what I'm trying to say is this: we have to hear both sides. You can't talk about traditional men without talking about non-traditional women or Christian women. No, I should not go talk to a sister who's a crackhead or who don't believe in God. Anybody who's against God, I don't like you. So why would I take care of a woman who don't believe? So we have to say that. Because you can't be a wicked woman talking about you want somebody to take care of you. No, God said a righteous man should not even go with a wicked woman. And a lot of these women are wicked. Anybody who ain't talking about money, or the whole conversation to me really is about money. When you say a man supposed to be, that's capitalism. That's talking about money. That ain't got nothing to do with God or morals. That is strictly a woman who want a man to take care of her in a traditional Christian Hebrew Israelite way, okay? And then you want to act like a modern woman. That's the real topic. You can't do the modern stuff saying the hell with God and I do what I want to do. I got equal rights, and then you still going to turn around and say that you want a man to pay the bills. God said no. God said you can't have it both ways. Just like Paul said, let God be true and let every man be a lie. You can't have it both ways.
Very good.
Now everybody don't believe in God, and that's where the argument and that's where the debate comes in. If you don't believe in God, brother, fine. Be on the record. The dude came out and said, I'm an atheist. You don't agree with the Most High, you against God. I agree with Stokely. You can't have it both ways. Either you with God or you not. And that's where we coming to in this country. That's what it's all about. It's not about this money. God, the angels don't care nothing about no money. They don't care, these spiritual beings. The ancestors don't care about that stuff. That's humans with that stuff. You're afraid you can't survive. If you have faith in the Most High, you would be able to survive. Wherever a man is at, that's where he's at. Everything happens for a reason. The good, the bad, and the ugly. But like me, I can't have it both ways. I have to do the right thing or I'm going to be punished like any other man. And I have been punished just like any other man. Nobody gets away with nothing in this life. Even after you die, you're not going to get away. So nobody's getting away with nothing. You do wrong. You try to cheat, steal, you lie, you try to be disingenuous. It's going to, every negative thought you have toward another person, like Jesus said, every thought and word you're going to be held accountable for. So you think you're getting away, but you're not. That's why I said not everybody believes in Christ in the second coming of Christ. Because yes, Christ is coming back. And what do you think he's going to do to everybody who's talking about, I don't believe in God, I do what I want to do, I'm a man. Basically, you're saying the hell with God. So that's anybody who will argue with that, you already know what needs to happen. I'm not going to even say the word.
Okay.
I don't care who you are.
Anthony, listen. I understand the passion that you have and what's going on here. But listen, we're getting away from the topic. Yes, that's a topic for another show. The focus on this show is the traditional man and the so-called.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm mentioning that now, Ava, only reason why I'm mentioning that because men and women loving each other and being good, all that's based on morals to me. I disagree. Even a man taking care, that's based on morals and God. That's why a man would do it because of the fear of the Lord. That's just my opinion. Now I know people don't agree with that. That's my point of view.
Calm down. Listen. This is nobody's disagreeing. That's your thoughts. But I want to stay on topic because we're going all over the place. And then you're getting to things. You talk about the non-Christian woman. We're good. Like I said at the beginning, let me get there. We're going there. We just
I mean, the show is almost over. We still didn't get there. That's the point I'm trying to say. Is my answer is based on the reason why I'm saying my answer is based on that. I don't want to take care of a Jezebel, a wicked woman.
All right.
If you don't fear God, you telling me you're gonna do what you want to do, sister. I don't want to take care of you.
We got that.
Why are we always assuming that the woman is good and the man is bad? No, the Bible don't say the woman is good and the man is bad. It don't work that way.
Anthony,
and no woman was created as Jezebel.
We're gonna
no
get
woman. No woman was created as Jezebel. No woman was created as saint. As you said, God. You said prophet, right?
Hold on. He was
a prophet. A prophet know what prophet does, and a woman can be seen, a man can be seen about God. And it says something about spirit. Spirit get paid. Spirit get paid. Because spirit don't get paid. How they survive? How they give money to who deserve to be paid? I give spirit money. I'm a maroon. And I throw pennies in the street. I feed them with food. But it's my spirits who protect me. My ancestors them. So from creation coming up, as a maroon who know and study maroon, will be a part of it. I know how to conduct it, live with it, read about it, go about it. But a woman cannot be called Jezebel, cannot be named. They may make mistakes like a man too. But we all have to forgive and keep going. Pray for everybody, help everybody. You see, the world changes with computerized, with phone and all these things. But if we never have these things, we'll be still shaking our brother's hand, saying hello to our brothers, our sisters. If you see the man hungry, you can give him something, give it to him. If the sister is begging, if they're even still doing drugs, you're not going to give them the money to do the drugs, but you can still give to get more. A piece of bread, a coffee. I help every day. And I'm a single parent. I got 2 sons with their mother in heaven. I don't give up life. And I still give. I don't have it like that. But if I get if I even got 100 or 20, someone said give you $1, I give it because I cannot determine what you're gonna do with it. If you wanna go do drugs, it's on you. I can't help you because you're already far away.
Hey, Aaron, can I just say one thing?
Yes.
Just real quick, one thing, and just real fast. It's gonna be very quick. The whole purpose of me of my last comment was just to say that due to the fact that we are spiritual people and we are godly people and we are connected to the people, the whole purpose of me bringing the whole historical situation in it was just to say that because of where we are today and because of all of the 300-year changing of doctrines for the past maybe 300 years in this country is the reason why things are so corrupted now. And it's just wrong, we're just following a wrong instruction today, which is very hard for us to bring forth a proper direction and have a true plan of doing the right thing because there's just so much confusion and compromising, and that was the whole purpose of that. So that was just my whole point. So to answer the question, just briefly and quickly, you know what I mean? But that was the whole thing.
Okay.
Thank you.
So what we're going to do now, we're going to move it forward because we got stuck back there with the traditional man, and the 50-50 man. So now we're not even going to go into the definition of the traditional woman. I'm going to ask you specific questions, and then I want everyone to chime in on that. Should a woman who makes or made more money contribute her money to the household? Now, who you want to start with? Angela, you want to
No, I'll let them answer. I'll let them answer first.
Okay. Let's go back. We
What's your
start with
question? What's your question? What's your question?
The
Repeat.
question was, should a woman who makes or made more money contribute her money to the household?
Well, the woman should know that, because if the woman make more money than the man still run the household. But the man gonna do what the man have to do. But the woman should know out of the top of her head that, my husband, my boyfriend doesn't make enough money, but he paying certain bills and they're gonna pay certain bills. But she have to use her understanding, her wisdom, and her knowledge to contribute to the household. Common sense. Some people don't know what common sense is. And we have to thought these young people common sense. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Abdal, what do you have to say?
No, I don't think she should contribute to the household, period. I believe that weight should be carried by the man, because I've always done that. And my father taught me that. When I was a kid, he brought home over $1,000 a week. And his job paid him $400 something a week. He was supervisor cannery department, Campbell Soup. And his union job paid him $600 a week, untaxed money. So he brought home $1,000 a week. That was good money back in the 40s and the 50s. I come from the 60s. So, I've always had, and I've always knew what money was. He gave us allowance, $50 a week allowance. So no, I don't want a woman paying her money for nothing. Let her keep her money for herself. So just in case something goes wrong or she screws something up, she got the cash to do whatever she needs to be done. No, so her money should not go to the household at all. That's the man's job to do that, and he should carry that weight. No 50-50 crap. That's, to me, that's the men that ain't real men, where they want the woman to pay half. Oh, you pay this bill, baby, and I'll pay that bill. You get the food, I'll get the juice. No, the man should carry the weight for everything, because she can't be a wife or a girlfriend and a mom and the maid and everything else that men want her to be, because that's the thing she shouldn't want to be. A woman can't be happy if she's serving a man. No way, Jack. She got to serve herself, always herself first. I was taught a man should come first in his life, and a woman should come first in her life. And there should be even Steven between the two of them, except for when it comes to finances. The man carries the weight, and the woman should keep her own money. No, she shouldn't pay nothing, zero. She shouldn't even volunteer for nothing either. Don't even think about it.
Okay. Greg, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, again, dealing with this, the corrupt society, the fallen society that we're living in. Everything has to begin from a godly viewpoint first and foremost, which is 100%. That's me coming from a biblical viewpoint, because I am a believer. So if the woman is making more money than me and things like that, like I said, first of all, again, she has to have her mind right spiritually. She has to be in that spiritual godly place first and foremost. That's important. And we both have to be there. That's the first thing. It can't really be a secular thing, because that's going to already cause confusion. And you got to also understand, in today's society, because they're pushing this whole LGBT thing, they're pushing independence and all kind of different things. And when and again, I don't have an issue with a woman being independent, but at the end of the day, when it's going against degrading men and things like that, then that's when it becomes a problem, because that's just it's an agenda. So if I do enter into a relationship with a woman like that type of woman, yeah, first of all, at the end of the day, her spiritual her spiritual mindset has to be there, has to be on point. She has to be a godly woman, a woman who believes in scripture and things like that, and is ready to lay her foundation in Christ and things like that. That's first and foremost, most important, without a shadow of a doubt. And then from there we could kind of, and again, if I'm a breadwinner already, and whether she's making a lot more money than me or not, if I am the breadwinner and I'm the one that's already, if I'm financially set and I can be the provider, I don't have an issue with her making more money than me. I don't have that issue at all. If she's there and again, like I said, as long as me and her on that same spiritual agreement, and she could always be there to, God forbid, if something does happen financially and I get into a rut to where there's things that I can't hold my weight anymore. If she's there to say, okay, well, listen, I make more than you. I have savings. I can provide. I can be that one that can pick up the pieces if you fall, because, me and you, we have that mutual agreement. Then I most certainly don't have an issue with her making any money. As long as she's not an arrogant woman, as long as she doesn't have a Jezebel spirit and things like that. But all of those things right there should already have been put in perspective when you met this woman. These are things that you should already be analyzing before you even go knee deep into a conversation of where you're all becoming in a relationship. So there has to be direction, has to be correction. There has to be understanding first. And then from there, we can move forward for the benefit of solution, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Angela, you have any thoughts?
It's difficult when you make more than your man. It's all kinds of. It's not just the point about just making more. It's ego there, and
right.
I don't think that works out. If a woman makes more, because as a woman, if I'm making more than my man, right, and it continues to go that way, I'm gonna be afraid, because suppose something happened to me. Now, he can't. If I'm making more than him, and we haven't came up with a plan on how we could either build something or
right.
have something where that he could be like, this can't happen like that, because if something happened to me, then now what? So I'm gonna be afraid of a situation like that. So if it's a temporary situation, maybe, but I will be concerned, because 9 times out of 10 it don't work out. Okay, woman is not going to tell a man that. If a man is a provider and protector, but you are providing the most, how could you be secure in that? Women want security. Not that we need it, but we want to know, like, if something happened to me as a woman,
it comes down to money. That's why I don't work.
Can I just finish? Regardless of what, you still need money in this world. I mean, that's what it boils down to. I would want I'll quit my job. I'll get a McDonald's job. How about that? If I really love him, I'll let him make it. We'll go by his income. How about that?
Crazy.
This stuff is crazy. But it goes to my argument. That's why it's not working. It's based on money. It's not based on love. Anything based on money is not going to work. It's not going to work. You can't buy nobody's respect. I don't want a prostitute. I might as well go get a prostitute then.
No.
That's based on money.
No.
You might as well go get a prostitute. I don't need no whore. It's talking about she a wife and she really a whore. I'm paying for sex. That's what you paying for.
That makes no sense.
You paying for sex.
No, Anthony.
That's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion.
It's about
I'm
men.
just like she's saying what she think and what she getting on men. And we just said that I might as well. So that's getting on men. It works both ways. You can't have it both ways.
I'm saying, listen to me.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion, the way they see stuff.
Can I just?
I disagree with it.
Can I just finish? Can I finish, please?
Go ahead,
what
finish
I'm saying is that a man is not going to be comfortable with that. Okay, if a man, this is basically a patriarchal society. So a man is not going to be. Most men is not comfortable with their woman earning more than them. That's just the bottom line. That's not what I say.
Society's navigating it.
If she has a job.
Okay, so say for instance, if a woman making more, she's working more, she's doing all that. It's not just the money part. It's the struggle. It's the okay. Now she's the provider. She becomes the provider. That's a whole different responsibility for a woman. That's some scary stuff for a female. And most women is not going to say that. So it's not that a woman is a prostitute. I would want my man to make more than me. And I would want us to find a way how we could either build a business or do something, use our talent to build. It's ways of doing that. It's not just one way. y'all
That's my
could
whole
both
statement.
y'all can both come together and say, yo, how we gonna make this work so we both could be in a good position?
That's
You
my
got
statement.
talent, I got. Let me finish. You got talent, I got talent. Let's okay. How we gonna make this work, babe? That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
It's not just about you. I'm saying no. I won't work with a person. I won't be with a man that makes more than me. But I'm gonna figure out like, hi, babe. Listen, let's put it in. Let's get this together where we building something. So if the man I love, that way he can feel he's useful as well.
100%.
Now we building together. Now we building something. Not just I'm just continuous making more than him. He have skills too.
No doubt.
So that's for me. So it's not just about money. I would want him to feel like the man that he needs to feel. So that way he could be.
Certain show does not belong to certain men who don't have no woman. Certain show belongs to men who have man alone and woman and man. Certain show me topics with man who have girlfriend and man who have wife, because girlfriend is girlfriend, wife is wife. Girlfriend cannot know certain things until a limit of time, and wife is wife. So when a man talk about certain things, he have to have a girlfriend or a wife to come on certain show.
And that's an important thing to distinguish as well. Now we're talking in the instance of a wife.
We didn't say that at the beginning of the show.
The instance of a wife. And I agree. Now, for myself, I like the idea, the man being the provider and the protector. Now, listen, however, when we're talking about, and when it comes together, when we're putting these funds together, that's to build and uplift. There's a plan that we're working together. However, if that's going to be the case, where people are forgetting, the man needs to still be able to provide with his income alone. So that means there needs to be a plan of downsizing and working within one's means. Now, if the woman has money, whatever, she should not go and flaunt herself and flaunt her money. But, you know, we're working together. I'm putting money in. I know I'm going to work with you. But it needs to be that if I don't do it, then the man should be able to carry it. So that means we have to live within our means and the man should want to have to be able to carry the load by himself. Now, if he messes up and the woman leaves him, what is he going to do? And that's a big problem that a lot of men have in the world today. They're living with their woman, living on their mama. Now, something happens, she gets mad and puts him out. He doesn't have a leg to stand on. He has nothing. So then men have to get to the point of ownership. You got to own some things. You need to be in charge of things.
That guy said something that was important. He mentioned something to this other guy. He said, if you and your woman come together and you out there hustling and she got a skill that could build the family. He mentioned that in another show. He said that he was out there hustling, bringing money home so she could build a business. She made $1 million. Okay, she turned that while he was outside making that money, and she was home building a business, showing that, you know what, babe, I got this talent. While I'm home, I'm able to do this. You're gonna get the money, bring it back, and I'm gonna build this. I'm gonna do that. A lot of men don't trust their woman instinct. Okay. They want to be smarter. They want to be better. So you don't even know the talent your woman has. So there's other ways. There's other ways of how two people could build successful relationships, even in terms of finances. It's not just one way.
I'm seeing something here. This show, Amon, that statement you made was kind of a taking shot at men. It seems like it's almost like a man hate thing. That's bias. I'm gonna call you out on it. You just said men be sitting up there living at home with their mother. Not all men do that. That's a lie. These are stereotypes and stuff. We're not dealing with balance. Maya out here. There's no Maya going. There's no balance. Justice.
Anthony, first of all, I did not speak in absolutes. I was giving examples, and I'm saying the best situation that goes for man or woman. Wouldn't you want to build on yourself? Wouldn't you want to have something for yourself? Wouldn't you want to be capable of taking care of yourself if necessary? That's all I'm saying. My thing is where there are a lot of men and where the so-called 50-50 man, whatever, they get caught up in and they lean too heavily on getting into a situation. And then what the brother was saying in the clip, he was saying, but you can't make it out here in society because things are too expensive. You can't make it on my salary, whatever. And that goes back to what I was saying before. What's the plan? Should you get into a relationship before you have a plan?
That's right.
If you cannot, if you just, that's the thing. We get into things and have no direction, and then we're all over the place. And then we're
100%.
trying to figure it out as we go.
And,
So the thing is, go ahead, Greg. What are you going to say?
And to add to what you're saying, you have to understand it's the compromising of years and years and years of confusion. Compromising is just, you can add capitalism to it. You can add so many different things. You can add
that's
so
why
much.
it's not working out with people, man and women in relationships.
So Brother Anthony's credit, he's right on. So that's what I'm saying. Basically, everything that we've all said in a nutshell, everything that is a combination of correctness. We've all had key elements of basically clarifying everything really in a nutshell. Although we had a few different disagreements, but to Brother Anthony's credit, he said a few things that was right. The last two things that you and Ann said, I was 100% on point with what y'all said. I was in total agreement because what you said was correct. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's certain things that Brother Abdul said, the Jamaican brother. So we have basically all came together and said some pretty potent things that are really leading up to this thing called the solution. So that's 100%. So what you said, Sister Avon just now was correct, but Ann said a little while ago, 100% correct. Going back to Brother Anthony's credit to the whole situation of capitalism, but again, it just all boils down to the way the whole construct of the way things are now and where we are today. We are dealing with something called political correctness that is working 110% against us right now. And the fact that we have no code of conduct as a demographic is one of the overall problems. And that's only going from a secular viewpoint, you know? And that's something that we have to find. What we have to do, we have to really sit down and break that down.
I just want to say this. Okay, you take the average man, right? The average man had about they're brag. They had about 300-400 women, right? Yeah. Out of that 300 or 400 women, how many women that you and that woman have been successful? It goes back to
probably none of them.
What's the plan? So you had 300-400 women, and you mean to tell me you don't have not one? You couldn't, one of them women, you and that woman couldn't build, couldn't get nothing going, couldn't, generate wealth, couldn't do something?
Because we never were taught that. We were never taught those keys. We were never taught none of that.
Relationships just shouldn't be about just sex. Okay,
right?
You coming with talent, I'm coming with talent. If I gotta work anyway, I'd rather work and build my own company. If me and my man both working, why we can't come together and say, you know what talent you have? I have talent, you have talent. What we gonna do? Let's build something bigger.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, you're 100% correct.
And that's how we begin to build wealth.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying that a lot of men do have had opportunities to have many women. Okay, they had many women. So, and I'm just saying women did too, but I'm talking about in terms of men being the leaders, right? Wow. What way are you putting that woman in position? Can you put that woman in position? Can you look at the situation and say, okay, you got this talent. This is a plan. Have a plan at least.
Right. No, you're right.
A man without no plan, that's a sad state.
Well, that's just like saying, to your credit, that's just like saying how I would talk to brothers in today's society when I'm talking to brothers in front of a barbershop or in front of a street corner. I always tell them, how do you got 20 dudes in your circle, and out of 20 dudes, you don't even have 2 guys that you could talk about investments or something dealing with equity or anything for the perspective of investments? You need to change your circle, and that's 100% correct. You need to change your circle. But at the end of the day, but you got to also keep in mind, we were never taught these things. There were so many things that we simply were not taught. The window of opportunity is slowly but surely closing on us now, and the fact that here and what we think is 2024, because it's not 2024, but that's another discussion. Point that I'm making is that look at where we are right now. It should be no reason why right now black men are still running around here calling each other the N-word, women glorifying, glamorizing the fact that they're hoes and bees. This is no code of conduct. We still lack a code of conduct as a literal demographic, and we have to figure out what we need to do to pull these things together. So right now, it's a start. What you're doing right now are epic things. The fact that you and Sister Avon got this platform, this is an epic situation. The fact that we have powerful minds right here in this particular circle here, from Brother Abdul to Brother Anthony to the, what's the Jamaican brother's name? What's your name, brother? Cleveland, yeah, you know what I mean? But this is basically a start. And the only reason why we're really having this contentious situation amongst all of us is because we all have a passion to want to do better. We have a passion to literally want to do better. And I really basically think that's just what it is. But also, from a godly viewpoint, that the Most High has to be that authority has to be the guidance of it, in order for us to really pull it together. But I think this is a hell of a start right here. The fact that you sisters got this platform right here, and what y'all are doing epic things right now. All we would really need to do as powerful minds right now is just to come together and make a construct that will get out there and really absorb, to pull more people in, and so we can really start pushing for a solution. That's pretty much what it is. But that's going to take a long time. And I believe that we can do it. We got the willpower to do so.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And that's the other thing that we have to remember, that in these relationships and what we're talking about here, it's a partnership.
Yes,
and everybody
absolutely.
has to work together. It's not just side that do this and whatever. See, that's what people get caught up in, and that's where all the emotion is coming in.
Yes.
Oh, well, you only do this, and you just sitting here and doing this, and you're not doing this. The thing is, the plan, part of the plan is we're working together. We're a team here. No one is better than the other, which is going to lead me to my next question. And
we need to break away from individualism. That's what you're saying.
Exactly.
We need to break away. And it should be
why are you coming together? What's
that's right.
Again, what is the darn plan? What are you doing here?
Individualism is one of the biggest culprits that have been killing our people for a long time without us even knowing it.
You got that right.
Individualism has really been killing us.
That is for sure. Now listen, this is be another hot one that goes on here. There was on the Lapeef Network podcast, there was he had panelists on there, and one of his panelists said, if I do 100% of that work, you don't have any say in the household. You be happy with every decision I make. You just need to sit there, be pretty, be cute, and be there for sex when I want it.
No, now, so that automatically goes against a moral code of a lot of different things, and that's going to automatically cause problems.
Right. Now, listen, let me give you the part 2 of this. So should how much money you put into the pot dictate how much of a say you have in the direction and the running of a relationship?
No.
Okay, I would like to answer that first. But first of all, if I was, there's different types of women, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, I could work with that situation. You telling me don't say nothing? I don't need to talk to you. I got girlfriends.
Yeah, and you are too crazy.
How come my mic was muted? How come my mic was muted and you didn't ask me the question?
Wait.
Oh, sorry, brother.
Wow.
Wait, go ahead. Wait, I'm like, let us with Anthony first. Then I could
Go ahead, Anthony.
answer that question.
And then listen,
I'm picking up, Capricorns, we pick up on everything, that's every word, every gesture. You just left me out. You didn't, everybody, you did it again. You didn't ask me the question.
Because what
that you're not being fair. You didn't ask me the question.
Oh my God.
You know I pick up on everything, man. That's cool. I'm peeping that.
Here we go.
That's true, Avon. You did not ask me the last question. You asked everybody else.
But you know what
That's
happened?
true.
Listen to me.
You muted my mic too on top of that.
Because you're not listening.
But when certain other people was talking, you didn't mute their microphone.
To listen.
Wow. I'm peeping what's going on here. I don't like the energy, man. That's negative energy. You're not even being fair as a host. A host, you're supposed to arbitrate and balance.
I'm trying to.
When I talk, you mute my microphone like 3 times.
I'm going to do it again if you don't listen. Listen. This is where we're going with it. But that's the problem. When I interject, I'm interjecting for a reason, and I need you to listen. I don't need you to keep talking and talking over me like you ignoring me and not listening to what I'm saying. That's why the mic was muted, and that would go for anybody else on here. When I'm making a point or asking a specific question, that's what I need you to do. So if you're going to talk,
but like I said, other people, I'm not going to say the person's name. They was going on for 10 minutes straight, and you didn't mute their microphone. So I'm seeing some bias here. It's on the record. It's on the recording. It's on the recording. It's on the record. You didn't mute their microphone, so that's bias. So I peep what's going on here.
Well,
Anthony,
go ahead, Anthony. What you going to say?
Anthony, listen to me. I just muted your mic, okay? I want you to listen. Just speak what you need to speak. Just say what you need to say. You're not a victim. This is not a domestic violence situation. It's not that serious. You're going to speak, so I'm going to unmute you. And you're just going to say what you need to say. Yeah, say what you need to say.
No, it don't have to be a domestic violence, but Charlamagne pointed the same thing out too, that Avon be doing that. So it ain't just me. I'm going to say some names here. Charlamagne told you that to your face. You be doing that. So I'm calling out.
And you're not.
I was Brother Charlamagne.
It's not about being a victim. I'm just speaking that if you're going to do that, mute everybody microphone if they talk over 2 minutes. Angela, Cleveland, Abdul, and Brother Gregory. Everybody. Nobody should be able to come out here and make no rant.
The microphone is when you're talking over the host. That's when I'm muting the microphone. I give you a chance to speak. But when I
but you just said everybody had 2 minutes.
Again,
you just said it. Everybody had 2 minutes. Everybody in 2-3 minutes, and then they was going on for 10 minutes. I didn't go on for 10 minutes. It's on the recording.
More now instead of answering the question. That's what I need you to do.
You going on 10 minutes. You going on 10 minutes just talking about how you not going on for 10 minutes.
I mean, Justin pointed out instead of her just saying, yeah, I did that. Instead of her just saying, yeah, I did that. That's my point, what I'm trying to make. I don't care what you say, eh? If you right, if you wrong, just like if I talk on, she mutes me. Avon, she said, I'm going to address everybody. She did not do that. She still didn't say, yes, Anthony, I did bypass you.
I address
Take a woman to admit when you're wrong.
Can I hear the question again? Can I hear the question again, please?
Please let Anthony, everybody.
See, he's interrupting me again. Here we go again. That's proof. It's on the recording. This is what I'm talking about.
Anthony, I'm saying that we're gonna let you talk, Anthony. Just calm down. Okay,
take your medication, Anthony. Take your medication.
Ain't no medication, man. I'm pulling stuff out. If you're gonna do a show, you have to arbitrate the show. You got to be fair.
Listen. Everybody, listen right now. Listen, I need everyone to be quiet, and we're going to allow Anthony to answer the question. And I'm going to say to listen.
I'm going to have to point that out, man.
I need everyone to listen. And Anthony, I need for you to answer the question. And when you answer the original question that was on the table, then I want you to answer that question.
That's a dude laughing, if you want to know. Talking to my daughter. That's Abdul laughing. She's sitting here listening to all y'all, my daughter. So Sarah's peeping all this stuff that's going on. So I got a witness here.
We need you to answer the question, or else.
Well, okay, what was the question, Avon? What was the original question? Because everybody being sarcastic, funny, talking about some men. Well, what's the question? Because you bypassed it. I forgot the question.
Are you going to listen so I can ask the question?
Yes, I'm going to listen. Go ahead.
Okay. So the last, what we had asked before was, should a woman, we talked about the woman participating in the household, and my statement was, and Angela had said also, okay, when the woman and the man, she puts some money into the pot, it's to build and to uplift the situation. But a man, listen to me carefully now, a man should still be able to carry the load by himself by means of downsizing, doing what he can so he can support by himself. Because listen, in the case when the woman leaves you, or if you're by yourself, you still have to carry the load and take care of yourself. So that's what I wanted your thoughts on that. And then there was a second, the next question we'll go into, I'll repeat that again. So answer that question.
Well, that sound like a statement. That don't sound like a question. It sound like a statement. I'm confused.
What's your thought on that statement then? What's your thought on that?
I disagree with the statement. I disagree.
Now, briefly tell us.
I disagree. If it's something that's not balanced and doesn't make any sense, it's one-sided toward the man or the woman, I don't agree with it. It has to be balanced. Because let me say this one thing, and then because you asked me to say, because I want to say something that's pertaining to that. The modern, this traditional, non-traditional woman want the man to pay all the bills and be non-traditional. You don't get that. You don't get to curse me out, disrespect me, and I pay. No, that's not happening. You're not a Christian woman. So I disagree with anybody who would tell me that. I'm not paying for a wicked woman. And the criteria, I'm talking. See, yeah, you interrupted me. I can't get my point out. The criteria is God, the Bible, the 10 Commandments, the 623 laws, the Torah. That's Yahweh. I'm invoking God's name, Yahweh. That's the criteria, God, the creator. That's the criteria. Not something where I don't care what no man think, like Peter said in the Bible. Let God be true and let every man be a lie. So I don't care what nobody, personal person, I don't care what country you come from, China, Japan, wherever you come from. I don't care what you think. God reigns on it. God created this planet and everybody on this phone. So I don't care about what people think and what a woman or a man think, what anybody on the whole planet Earth think at the same time. Everybody can get it. Judgment Day is coming for everybody. So nobody's going outside. They can laugh. They just like they laughed at all the rest of the prophets. And that's the real reason why we in this situation. But that's a whole nother story. Black people wanted to do what they want to do instead of for what the Most High told them to do. And you're going to die, all of you, to your face. Okay, so like Paul said, what if some did not believe? Should they, for you not believing in God, should make the faith of God without effect? Certainly not, like the Apostle Paul said. So you cannot believe all you want. God is still running everything. And when he decides to pull on the plug on this planet, which is real soon, it's going to be curtains for everybody. Okay, so it's all right. So in terms of that, the question is the statement is kind of confusing, Avon. It doesn't make any sense. The question earlier is something pertaining to what you're saying. If a woman makes more than a man, yes, she should contribute. Like the Bible says, to whom much is given, much is required. The more you have, like Paul said, the more you give. So that goes in a relationship. That's common sense. Should the man pay? This stuff is biased discrimination, is man hating stuff. I'm not disrespecting black men. I'm not doing that. That's negative energy. So if a woman don't want a man like that, don't talk to a man who you think don't got enough money to take care of you. The woman got to stop being victims. If I don't want a bad woman, I'm not gonna talk to no bad woman. Period, sister. I don't want you anyway. So that's what I'm saying. Men gotta take responsibility. I agree, and so do women. It works both ways. These women out here be playing victim, talking about, they know the dude is having sex with multiple women, and then they go deal with him anyway and try to play the victim. You knew he was like that. So let's just stop playing the victim. That works both ways. So so nobody's a victim here, especially now. I don't want to hear it now from nobody, especially in this country. They tell people you can do it's a democracy. So ain't no woman, no victim. Ain't no man, no victim. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody. Nobody, no victim. Not in America, please. What are you talking about? You got ability to choose. Woman got ability to choose no more. So I don't want to hear no complaints from no woman. This is what you wanted. You wanted freedom. You want this. And these people is getting what they wanted. And they still not happy. Most people is not happy. I don't know no happy people. These people still ain't happy. They claiming they getting what they want, and I'm talking about statistics. People is more depressed now than ever. People are committing suicide. Young people are committing suicide. The murder rate is up in New York. I live in the Bronx. People's up here shooting each other like crazy in the Bronx. That's why the mayor wanted to call the police in and shut down the whole New York City. It's turned up. The young people ain't trying to hear this stuff, man. Because there's no morality or spirituality or people are living a righteous life. It's really, all these other people on this phone is younger. That's why I'm trying to reach my daughter. She living with me. This stuff is messy. I try to just tell my nephew Sammy and Joseph and them. I want to reach the young people. The older people, it's too late for most of them. You can't teach your old dog new tricks. You're not going to change. You're going to keep doing the same thing and thinking the same old dead ways. This message for the young black man and woman. Something that I do agree with Cleveland, what he said earlier. That point I do agree with. This message is more for younger people. The older people, you already live your life. This message should more be for young people, the young black youth, male and female.
Yes, sir.
That part I do agree with him on.
And the part no,
you've had your time already, especially older black man or woman. It should be message for young people, teenagers. That's what you need to read. They can change. They can change their life around. They can make a difference. They're gonna be here after everybody on this phone is dead. The young people, like my daughter and my children I have, they're young. Sammy and Joseph and all the young kids, they're gonna be here. Cody, Katie, kids. This is about the kids now.
Well,
So but it's all cool. It's all good, but that's my thing. The thing is confusing. The gender role is confusing, and that's the government. I know, Avon, you don't want to talk about the government, but all this stuff to me go back to the government. I don't care what nobody say. We in this country, and the government controls the money, who gets jobs, who doesn't get jobs. That's this country. But that's a whole nother story that people don't want to get into. You in the United States, United Snakes of America, who kidnapped black people and brought us over here as slaves. I'm not blaming the whole thing on black people. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Well,
I'm not. I don't care what nobody said. I know we need to take responsibility, yeah, but I'm not taking responsibility for what the oppressor did to me. So I'm not trying to hear that. That's a way to try to wiggle out stuff, and nobody's going to get away. The reason why I don't get mad, people say medication. I just talk with passion. I'm talking like Malcolm X, so you can get a visual image. Martin Luther King talk with passion. Malcolm X talk with passion. That's how I'm talking. I'm talking like Malcolm X.
Yes, you are.
All right, or Bob Marley or Marcus Garvey. That's what I'm talking like. So it's not about, yes, I'm talking and speaking up for justice. So that's the only thing I'm saying. So the only thing I'm saying, the question is confusing. The government did this, confused the gender roles and stuff, and got everything out of order because this government is about Satan, and they're about genocide and breaking up the family and getting morals out of the household.
Need you to wrap it up.
And I'll end it with that. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll end it with that. That's it. Because I know the show is over now.
Okay, listen. I want to say this. There's agenda. We realize there's agenda. You know what I'm saying? But you can't get caught up in the government's agenda. When do we get and follow our own agendas? We gotta take responsibility and do some things. Okay, the government did this. We're not victims here. And then we gotta move like we're not victims. And I want to ask our panel here for a minute. I just want to ask men on the panel, do you feel as if you were disrespected through this conversation that we had here?
Absolutely not. I believe that this is all based on all constructive criticism. I'm liking every bit of it. I most certainly ain't getting offended at nothing that nobody's saying, because at the end of the day, the contention is going to come through the fact that we're all we're compassionately and passionately trying to really build a solution. So that's basically what it is. That's why we get riled up and feathers get ruffled. But at the end of the day, I know I'm a God-fearing man. I'm a Bible believer. I stand on my circle, on my understanding of scripture. I don't confuse it and compromise it with no other kind of nonsense. I'll debate and go against anybody that think they can prove me wrong. We can go in the arena, because that's something that me and Abdul, we're going to talk about. Me and Abdul got our own little, hopefully you, Avon, and Ange can kind of do another one with me and Abdul. Remember the last conversation, brother Abdul, we had?
Yes,
Remember?
yes.
And I would most certainly love for Brother Anthony to also get into this whole situation, because I love his passion too. And we can go in total with that, and that's a different subject. But point that I'm making is right now, what we're doing right now, I'm not offended. I love the fact that you ladies have brought forth this epic platform to do what you're doing, because what y'all are doing, y'all are bringing forth fire that is going to conform people and to do things in perspective for a better solution. So y'all are doing a great job. I love everybody on this platform. I don't even know you, Brother Cleveland, but I love you too. Brother Anthony,
Love
I
you too,
love you too.
brother.
Brother Abdul, I love you too. I love all of
That's
y'all.
good, bro.
At the end of the
Sir.
day, that's so that's just
Love,
what it
man.
is. And at the end of the day, just keep doing what y'all are doing, and I'm here to support y'all every step of the way. But at the end of the day, yes, God is not the author of confusion, and at the end of the day, we got to bring it there. And I believe that because you two ladies are doing things, through God's understanding and stuff like that, we're gonna get a lot of things underway. Trust me, y'all are doing great. No offense whatsoever. No offense taken. I love it. Love it.
Thank you very much. Cleveland, were you offended? But did we?
Yes. I was offended by 50-50. I can't sleep. I can't.
Now you heard what Cleveland said. Now you heard that, right?
I
He
have to
said
go.
you was Cleveland said you was offended.
I
God
have to
bless
go.
you, Cleveland. At least you said
I have
it.
to
You
go. I
heard
have to go.
it.
I have to.
So I'm not just ranting, Angela. Cleveland said he was offended. Thank you, Cleveland, for speaking up on that one part. Just that
Yes,
one
sir.
part,
Yes.
Cleveland. He said he
I have
was
to go and
offended.
pray harder today,
Thank
bro. I have
you,
to go and pray
Cleveland.
hard tonight, man.
Yeah.
I have to go
But
on my knee and
Cleveland,
I have
We
to
can
go.
You
correct
heard
that.
what Cleveland said. That's not anything. Now
you were
say something
offended
clear.
by the
Cleveland,
50-50
God bless you for saying that one point. Cleveland said he was offended. Thank
Anthony,
you,
hold on a
Cleveland.
minute. Hold on.
Yes, I have
Cleveland,
to.
back to you. Now, were you offended? Did Angela and I offend you with the conversation, or did we bash men? You feel
No,
like we bashed you?
No,
Or
you didn't, but I offended
not at
of
all.
that 50-50. You guys do a great job. You guys two were great, but that topic 50-50 was bad, man. I have to go and pray,
Thank
man.
you, Cleveland. Killed it. Thank you. At least he said that part.
Nah.
But
Thank you,
you
Cleveland.
ladies,
Jesus
you ladies were
Christ.
great. You guys was great,
You know
beautiful
why I don't
show. I
believe that
love it.
you
I
know why I
love
don't get
it.
offended by the 50-50 thing? Because at the end of the day, right? The reason why I don't get offended at the 50-50 thing was because basically what they simply did was they kind of set the tone for us really to come in and really kind of make the clarity of it. So at the end of the day, no, don't
No,
get offended
man.
by the
They set
50-50
us up.
thing.
They set us up, man.
No,
They
they
set
didn't.
us
Look,
up.
Thank you,
no, let's
Cleveland.
go on what
They
they
That's
trying to
set us up,
say.
respect.
man.
Thank
No,
you,
brother.
Cleveland.
No,
Thank
brother.
you. See,
Brother,
that part
listen.
he's
They
right
set
over
us
it.
up, brother.
Huh?
They set
Thank
us
you,
up.
Cleveland. Thank you.
They set
That
us
Nah,
up,
part you're
brother.
right on.
Listen, brother.
Listen,
Cleveland, don't back
Ladies,
down now, Cleveland. You
ladies.
got a lot of cuts. Don't back down now, Cleveland. Come on, man. Come on, Cleveland. Don't back down now, Cleveland. You're doing good now. Now
Yeah,
you
yeah.
talking. Now you making sense, Cleveland. Don't back down for Angela or Avon, Cleveland. Come on now.
You gotta
You a
stop
Gemini.
them
Don't do
first.
that, Cleveland.
Cleveland made a
Go
good
ahead,
point.
Abdul.
Keep it real,
All right, you
Cleveland.
gotta stop them so I can speak.
Go
You
ahead,
know.
brother. Go ahead, brother Abdul.
No, I was not offended by anything that we talked about. And the only people I ever found that ever can offend me is dead people. They bother me. Okay? If you're not dead, then you can't bother me in no way, shape, or form. Okay? So I'm not offended by anything anybody
Of course
said
not.
because
No. It's
50
constructive
50,
criticism.
well, you know something? Let me tell you something. 50-50 is a no-no. If you're not man enough to carry the weight, you shouldn't even have a woman. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? You can't take care of her and support her needs. You shouldn't even have her.
So let
Period.
me
She
ask you
shouldn't
one
want you.
question. Let me turn one curve on you, Abdul.
Go ahead,
So
bro.
to go to again going back to the Sisters Epic platform, right, of the 50-50 thing. And the only reason why I just again never got offended by the 50-50 situation, only due to the fact that me and Ange talked about this the other day when we were sitting down, right? What did I tell you, Ange, the other day, right? At the blink of an eye, life can change at the speed of light, at the blink of an eye, heat of the moment, life can
Yes,
change at
indeed. You're
any
right
given
about that,
moment.
brother.
So the fact
Of
of
course.
that alone, due to the fact of
Thank
that
you,
alone,
Greg.
We never know what can happen from day to day, every minute. every
Thank
present.
you.
And the fact of that right there alone, if just on that alone,
Just
you
on
could
that
be the breadwinner.
alone.
You could be the breadwinner, and something can happen at the heat of the moment where
That
you
quick.
might be. And then at that particular point, if that woman got to step in and it has to become, and that was the whole point of my whole conversation the whole time. If it need be, if she has to come in 50-50 due to the fact that I can't no longer, then then there's no problem with her coming in. The fact that she has compassion and understanding. But no, 50-50 or like out the gate, no, I don't necessarily agree with that. But the fact that, again, because we do not know how life is going to be life, and not from one day to the next, we don't know. We're not promised tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen at the blink of an eye. Your life can change
Thank
moment
you.
at
You
a
don't know what the
moment.
hell gonna happen.
So that's why 50-50 can basically be, and it can definitely become a reality. And there's nobody who can stop that. Only God knows that. That's it in a nutshell, pretty much. That's all I was saying.
Okay, can I make one statement for y'all to get further? I come to New York every other week. And you know what I come up there for? To meet with my business partners up there so we can go over how much money we took in over this time period. So that's every other week I come to New York to discuss that with the females and the males that's part of our organization. Okay, so there ain't no such thing as women and men not making the same kind of money. Okay, because these women make the same money that we make. They can carry their own weight and they pick and choose who they want to deal with and when they want to deal with them. Okay, so there's no such thing as no man should be running the show because that don't happen. We got women
that's
that's
a matter of
equal
opinion,
to
but I
us.
understand your point. That's a matter of
Yeah,
opinion, but I
I
understand your
definitely
point.
disagree
It's
with
all
that.
about the money.
Well,
We
hold
live in
on.
a wait a minute. We live in a capitalist society, and
Yes.
everything is about money. If you don't have no money, you are a nobody. Period.
Dude, you ain't got no money neither. You not rich.
I got gas money.
Anybody's not
I
rich.
got
I'm
gas
saying
money.
again, if you're not rich, you
I
ain't got
got
no
gas
money.
money.
Stop it now. Listen, okay, I'm gonna say this, and I want to talk to my co-host for a minute.
Yes.
What the?
Greg, in answer to what you were saying, yes, an upright woman, a righteous woman, of course, when, like I said in the beginning, you're coming into it, you got a plan, and you
Right.
have a partnership.
Yes.
So yes, God forbid something happens to him. So yes, I would expect the woman to step
Exactly.
up and do what she needs to do because
Yes.
we're partners and we are working as one.
100%.
We don't get. It's not individuals. It's two people working together as one to make this
100%.
thing work.
100%.
Avon,
100 on
can
that.
you please elaborate on that question when you said the guy said the woman should be quiet and shut up and do all that stuff?
Okay, listen.
Who, me?
Now look, hey, you trying to start some stuff up, Angela. Look, come on now. Come on, A. Chill, A.
We're talking to the co-host. Now, so Angela, so what do you think? We done had hot fire all night long. Should we go do this one last question and we're going to end on this one last
question? Bring the heat. Bring the heat.
Okay.
He trying to stir stuff up.
Okay, listen, guys. So this male panelist said, and he said, if I do 100% of the work, then you have no say in how this household is run and what's going on. Just sit there, be pretty, and you there if I need sex or whatever, and you take care of the house, but you have no say. And now the second part of that is, should your voice be predicated on how much money you contribute in the pot or no? So that is the question. Go ahead, Angela.
First of all, most men on this panel don't want the woman to say nothing anyway. They're not going to say it. Most of them do not want women to say anything anyway. Okay? Whether they admit it or not. They feel women.
I told you, A trying to start some stuff up. Told you.
So they feel that way anyway. So if a man say to me, and my man say to me, you know what? I don't want you to say anything. I don't want you to have no say. I'm gonna take care of you. So listen, I won't. We don't need to talk. How about that? We don't need to talk because that's what I have friends for. I would sit there, don't say nothing to you, as long as you don't put your hands on me, and I could just do that because guess what? We living in 2024. So while you at work, I could be on the computer, I could be doing stuff, I could be building stuff, I could do a whole lot of things. So that won't offend me. Right. That won't offend me at all. He can't watch me 24/7. So women shouldn't be offended by that. There's some women, I'm not saying that I'm that type of woman, but there's some women who they are in that situation. They don't have no other choice. So if you are that woman that's in that situation, like I said, we in 2024, you could make something happen. You could make good out of that situation.
Gentlemen, these two ladies are friends and family for 50 years. They're gonna do what they do to dictate us and say what they're gonna say to bring us out. Their friend house, their friend family. So one, show an argument at one to see what we have to say. As a man, we
thank you, Cleveland. Thank you.
That part
I agree with Cleveland on.
I'm asking a serious question here. So
thank you, Cleveland. That part Cleveland is right on.
And to be specific, so you're saying that the woman we started off with that, it's a partnership here.
No, please say that we in cahoots.
Say it again.
They're in cahoots, man.
Cleveland saying that we are in cahoots and that we are setting them up to say
that part Cleveland is right on too. Cleveland is right over it.
We're not in cahoots. We're not in cahoots. Most men feel like that man feel. That's the whole thing. Most of y'all feel that way, whether y'all admit it or not.
But you talked about this before, Angela. Wait. Hey, me and you talked about this a million times. Angela, you know what you're saying technically is true. You know women don't want to hear that on the line. You already know that. It's not that I'm scared of it. These women almost kill you if you tell them. They might shoot you in your head. Think I'm lying? Go tell these women what you just said.
Well, let me.
You might get back. They might beat you up. Angela, I'm not lying. As you know, I'm not lying on that part. A, tell the truth. Geminis be keeping it real. When they attack you physically, A, for saying that. Please, Angela, at least admit that one thing.
Yes. Angela, admit that.
No, I want Angela to answer that one thing. That's it. I'm gonna be quiet. Angela, am I right? Won't these women almost attack you physically?
The thing is this: most men.
Come on, you didn't answer it. Just answer that one thing.
Yes.
Am I wrong? Yes, she admitted. You're what Angela said. Cleveland, she admitted it. These women are getting violent. You know this, Angela.
Let's keep it real funky then. We're not going to talk about
keep
all
it real.
Let's talk about the men on this panel. Open up your mouths. Ask him, man.
Can I finish? Let me just finish. Most men feel that way anyway, whether you put in 100%, whether you put in 50% or 60%. They feel that anyway, that they are the man of the house. They don't want you to really say too much. They don't respect what you say. And that's it. I mean, if you do get something across, you got to be very careful. You got to basically tiptoe around it. You got to basically be mindful of it. You get what I'm saying? They don't care. They don't want to hear what you say.
Well, can I comment on that? Let me tell you something. Any man that don't want a woman to speak her mind is no man at all. Because any man that want to control you is no man.
We talking about the nature of a man. See, y'all.
Listen, well, I know the majority of men are like that. I know that for a fact. I got friends like that.
We talking about we not talking about fairy tale stuff. Now this is what I agree with.
You be talking some fairy. I don't know what you be talking about. I know you for years. Abdul, I respect you. I mean, you like a mentor to me too, and believe it or not. But Abdul, come on, Abdul, man.
Wait, let me finish.
Everybody, wait a minute.
Come on now,
man, don't feel like that.
I never heard you talking like this before, dude.
Let me explain something to you. Listen to this. A smart man will have a smart woman behind him, okay? But he will treat her as equal as he treats himself. But he will never, ever let her know what he has. Ever. That's why she can keep her money for herself.
Get ready to get heated. Let's get ready to get heated. Because, dude, what are you talking about? Most men don't care what the hell a woman have to say. All right, just stop it.
No,
Abdul.
A is
Stop
right.
it.
Technically speaking, she's right.
Well,
I hate to admit it,
I
but
don't
it's true.
believe that. I don't believe that.
No,
Come on, A
Abdul,
is
All
right.
right, wait a minute. When you say wait a minute,
That
when you
part
say
she's right.
most men, when you say most men, hold on, that doesn't include everybody. Everybody's not like that.
No, we didn't say everybody, but probably
Abdul.
99.9% of men.
Why you think the president? Why you think this is the first of all? This is politics. First of all, we're dealing with a patriarchal society. This world was built. This nation was built on how men feel. Let's get that. Whether they white, black, it don't matter. That's number one. Okay?
No, that's true. That's true.
So basically, men don't really care. They will sit there and they'll be online and say, "Oh, we care about our woman." And the only way they will care about what you feel is you are in agreement with them, or you act like you are in agreement with them. It's like me and someone spoke about this. If you are in a cage with a lion, do you fight that lion or do you submit until you could get out the cage? Right. So you act, "Oh, Mr. Lion, I'm your friend. I'm okay. Don't worry about it. I'm your friend. I'm not trying to, fight against you." But you try to fight against that lion and see what happens. It's the same concept. Men don't want to hear that. Most men, they built, and I'm not saying men are wrong. I'm just saying men are built different. And when you understand that they build different, and you as a woman, you won't get caught up in why they don't listen to you. You just know how to present yourself, because it's like a sales tactic that you got to use, right? So you basically selling your ideas to them so that you can, hopefully they will understand you, they will believe in you and stuff like that. But most men, they don't care. They're not built like that. Okay, and
then also too, let me say this real quick to add to what you're saying, that you're correct on that. First of all, you can get mad because none of y'all say nothing to the white man. The white man run this country. The white man's still a man, like Kevin Samuels be saying, rest in peace, because he died. He's right. It's still a man. Even women talking now, the white man, I'm going to use the white because he runs the world. Not nobody on this phone. He's allowing you to talk. Don't act like you retarded. If the white man right now, white man meaning the government, says, because everyone, that's why I disagree with you. The government just made the majority of the people take the shot. Even Shaq, wait, let me finish. Even Shaquille O'Neal, and he's 7 feet tall, 300 pounds. You know, all y'all scared of Shaq. You wouldn't say nothing to that man in his face. Shaq said, yes, they did force people. Let me finish. This is not a curse or nothing. This is legit. Shaq, I'm quoting him. I can send you the video where he said, yes, I did force people to take the shot. If you tell somebody we're going to fire you from the job if you don't take, that's forcing people. Right now, and I challenge y'all, I want to see y'all go against the government. If the government say right now, women may not say nothing. Any woman, you cannot get a divorce from your husband or we're blowing your brains. The government can do that right now. What you gonna do about it? Okay, you ain't gonna do nothing. The government can change all the laws right now. This country can do that if they want to, just like in Russia. You cannot do that in Russia. Ain't no women's rights in Russia or China or rape. That's only in America.
Okay, so
they don't play that stuff. But the white man is allowing this to go down because the men like women. Listen, the men like women so much, and we become so civilized. Let me explain what I mean by that. We become, at this point, I agree with Kevin Samuels. We become so civilized, we allow women to have a platform. This is, so-called civilized. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. We become more civil with democracy and these concepts, even though we don't live up to these ideals. So we say, okay, we give women a platform and that's suppressing them. So, but that's still men allowing that. You still don't really have no rights if the white man, because the white man is still a man. Okay, he controls the laws in the country. That's what I wanted to say. Go ahead.
Okay, now let me tell you, using your very example of this COVID shot, let me tell you something. I did not take that shot. The government mandated whatever, and my job was on the line for it. And guess what? I did not take that shot. And
kudos to you.
Let me finish. And I did not, and I let the job go. But then that's the problem here. You
But
got to
that's you,
stand.
Ava. I mean, you have some kind of moral. You have some kind of morals. That's you. But the average person is not going. I give you credit on that one, Ava.
Anthony, the thing is, you got to stand on something. Man,
You
woman,
still you took a stand.
No,
I
listen.
respect that.
And the thing is, not to downplay or make light of anybody else. The thing is, that's the problem. You let a government take over. The government is supposed to serve us. It's not the other way around. And if you don't stand on something, of course, people are going to take over and do what the hell they want. They're going to run roughshod over you. If you're not going to stand up for
That's
anything,
right, Yvonne.
what you think is going to happen?
You know why? Because we're
What you
living
think
in
is
a
gonna happen?
republic and not a democracy. That's the problem, and no one even knows that.
No, we're not really in a democracy, but that's a whole.
No, we're
It
living in a
appears to
republic.
We're
be.
not,
This
we're
is
not
not a
going
We're
democracy.
not
into
really in
We're
no
a republic.
democracy.
When I
Yeah,
live
but
in, no,
stop,
we're living in a
guys.
republic. This is not a democracy.
We live in a
I agree. I agree with you.
we live in a controlled society.
It's a republic, brother.
Listen, we're gonna stop.
Go ahead.
Well, hold on.
I agree with Greg on that one to a certain extent. I know what he's saying.
Do I have to mute mics? Listen, we're going to stick to the topic on the floor.
Okay.
Angela has said her point. She made a point. Now the thing is, I'm asking the men on the panel. So you're saying your opinion. So that's what her thought was. So what do you say to that? Is a woman, the voice that you have in a relationship, is it based on the amount of money that you put into the pot?
No, I don't agree with it's based on money. Nothing is based on money. That's capitalism. I'm a socialist. For everybody on the line, I'm a socialist. I'm not a capitalist. I'm fighting against capitalism.
I'm
not a capitalist. I don't agree with capitalism.
That is great. But the question is, for this particular question I'm asking, I want an answer to. I don't want to go into all the politics and stuff. The question is, do you think your say and your voice is based upon the amount of money that you put in? If a traditional man puts in the whole 100%, does that even make sense? That shut up and you have no say?
I just want to make this.
That's what you
it
said.
don't matter whether they put in 100% or 50%. They still feel that they don't care about all of that. Even if they give up 2%.
Angela's right on that. Men don't care about that. But they could be putting in 20%. These people live in a family. You don't know black men. You don't really know that. These women don't know, man.
That's not the
They're not
question.
going to tell. And guess what? Publicly, they're not going to tell you that. They're going to say, "Oh, sister," they're going to try to brown nose you and try to sugarcoat it and try to pander. A lot of these men be pandering to women. I don't pay no mind to them. They really don't feel. They men pander to women to try to get sex. Brother, you shouldn't tell women what you want to hear to try to have sex with them. I don't need to do that. I still get women. With my mouth out of hand, I don't have a lot of women. I ain't gonna say the number.
Greg and Cleveland, and then we're gonna shut it down because
okay.
So, Greg, your thoughts?
Yes. Can I say that one more time? What was the question?
The question should your voice in the relationship be based upon how much money you put into the pot, into the household? Do you believe that if I do 100% or whatever, you shut up, you don't have a say? Or when you do the 50-50, whatever, do you have a say in general, overall?
Meaning the woman, meaning that this was Avon asking you. As a man, the man put up 100% because someone made a statement. A man made a statement. He said this publicly. He didn't go behind no one back. He said he's putting up 100%. His woman have to shut up. She can't say nothing. And only thing she got to do is look cute and have sex with him. Mostly men feel that way anyway. That's what I'm saying.
Well, right.
That's true. I mean, technically it's true, but
and that's a very it's a very chauvinistic and foolish way to think. Number one, especially in the society that we're living in. And the reason why that is because, number one, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to show you this from a reverse viewpoint. No matter how much that man is, if that man is going to tell that to that woman, which I think that's like tyranny. And I think that's kind of like modern day slavery, if you ask me. She should still have, she should still have her freedom, do certain things. But again, like I said, she has to have a correct mindset. Hopefully that if he's providing and doing everything and stuff like that, if he's even bringing that type of energy to her, she automatically, by society's rights, she's going to start doing things against him 100% anyway. It's no different than how, no matter how much good of a woman is, no matter how good a woman cooks, cleans, does everything, give a man good love and this, that, so forth, somewhere in the line, something's going to put that man in a position to go out there and do something he ain't got no business doing against that woman. You know what I mean? Because that's just the way society negates things. You understand what I'm saying? So that's kind of like it's kind of like a loaded question. It's kind of a bad question because at the end of the day, like I said, again, and I'm just gonna go scriptural one good time. Jeremiah 17:9. What does it tell us? The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know the heart? So at the heat of the moment, just like how life can change, the heart can change, the mindset can change equally. That woman can have everything from 2 Benzes to 100,000 in her bank account, but somewhere down the line, if that man is telling her just stay home and be cute, and that at that point right there, she's still being controlled. She's still being compelled to be, something that that's kind of like pretty much going against her having some kind of freedom to some degree. So at the end of the day, if she goes out there and does something behind his back, it serves him right because he shouldn't even be pushing that on her anyhow. You know what I mean?
But men push that on women.
That question,
Men push that
hold up. That question is for the younger generation of today.
It shouldn't be.
This shouldn't be. That's right.
No.
It's for everybody. It's for everybody.
No, it should be. I agree with Cleveland. I agree with Cleveland on this.
You and Cleveland should be out on the farm.
That question these ladies asking is for the younger
But Andrew, what you gonna tell me, Ange?
No, that's for everybody, man. It ain't for no young people. Where you
It's
get
for
that
young
from,
people.
huh?
Come on, brother. In
Nah.
my mother's day, my father won't tell my mother step in the house and get cute. Are you crazy?
Well, no, but brother Cleveland, I think the way they're asking the question, they're asking from a perspective of people already having established maybe accounts and things like that. And if this man is literally saying that he has everything,
The man of today,
and that
brother.
woman does not, and that woman, all she has to do is stay home, give him good loving, and don't got to do nothing else. That's not going to work in the society. It just won't.
Brother, you are an elder. You're a senior. You are a respectable man. And you know right. And you know right. You know right, brother. Come on, man. Old school
It's not gonna work
generation,
in a
brother.
society like this.
You are an old school brother. You grew up in society of leadership, brother. Not the days of today, brother. Not today, phone and this things they talking. Come on, man. You don't say old G stand for old G, brother. And they stand for what man stand for. Man is a man. Not a monster. A man know what man does, brother. My woman don't sit in the house and get my woman don't sit in the house and get no beautiful because I bring money to the house because it's my house. I bring money for my lady because my lady. I have to sit in the house for that. Where you guys get these things from these days? Where you teach it? I don't teach my son those things, brother. No. The young girls have today want that money. The young girls and the young people.
Cleveland, Angela put that question out. That was Angela who said that. Angela trying to set everybody up. Angela, you started this one. This one is on you.
Avon said that. Avon said that.
These two A and
Come on, A, take responsibility. You started this one, Angela.
A is the start of the alphabet. A and A. If the opera is 2A we talking to right now. Angela and Avon, brother.
Yeah, 2A. Thank you, Cleveland. Thank you.
They're doing a great job. They're doing a great
battery, brother. Double A battery. They connect together. Double A battery.
Men still.
It's kind of a setup. It's kind of a loaded question. You know it's going to be controversial, and you know this.
Thank you.
You know
Come on, and you know
because y'all not going to admit. Y'all still want to control a woman.
Come on, and you know this is a rules. Come on, and you trying to get people killed, and come on now.
Tell the truth, Anthony. Anthony, I'm dependent on
you. And that's pretty bad anytime I'm even saying that, Avon. Jesus Christ. Even I'm saying, even though I wouldn't quite say, it's not quite as drastic as Angela said, because they didn't do that in ancient Africa. They let women talk and stuff. But you're exaggerating a little bit, but the gist of what you're saying is true. You're exaggerating it a little bit. They had queens in Africa. You had Queen Nefertiti, Queen Nefertari.
We're talking about the regular woman. Y'all men say it now. I wish this BICTA shut up. I don't even listen to my woman.
Yes, that's how men think. That's the reality. And it's always going to be that way. Yes.
That don't exist.
All right, listen.
And if a man don't think like that way, to me, he's not a man. I agree. It's quite the contrary. The Bible tells you if you let your woman, God said, if you let your woman run over you, you're not a man. First of all, that it says in Proverbs. A man that can't rule his own house is not a man. And it say just pay the bills because that's coming from. Wait, let me finish. That's coming from a one-sided point of view because these women want men to take care of them, even though they're wicked women. No, I do not want to take care of Jezebel.
We're not talking about.
Now, if you are a righteous woman, that's something different.
All right,
but yes, Angela, you know it's going to be controversial.
All right, Angela,
that's all I'm saying.
Listen, everybody. We're going to shut the show down. We get ready to shut it down. Angela,
Right.
and then I'm going to give you my thoughts, and then we shutting it down. Go ahead, Angela. What you wanted to say?
What you mean? Like the answer to what we just? I
No,
don't understand what you asked.
You were in the middle of a thought, so finish your thought, and then I'll say.
What I'm saying is this: the last statement Avon mentioned about the man said he don't want his woman to say nothing. If she just stay home and look cute. Most men feel that way. They'll tell you lost your man because you ain't wear no cute lingerie. You lost your man because you ain't do this. You lost your man because you talk too much. So basically, whether a man put a 50-50 or not, he still wants his woman in check. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
And
that's true.
Check me. I don't really want you to talk too much. I want to tell you what to do. Don't give me your opinion too much. And the list goes on and on.
It's a long list. It's a list of at least 100 things, but that's a whole nother story. I used to have a list, but they stole it from Angela. I had a list. Okay. Somebody came to the house and stole the list. That list is controversial too. And guess what? The young woman, Angela, am I lying, Angela? You know I'm telling the truth. Angela, Rob was there, and your other friend, what's her name? You like, what's her name? The light-skinned sister. Susie was there. Can't say I'm lying. You was there too. Rob was there. We got witnesses on that one. And True was there, and Cody was there. So in that one, there was a list, and the young girl said, I want to hear that list. Am I lying, Angela, on that one part?
No.
Yes. So it's funny. It's funny.
Anthony, that's it. Listen. Okay. I want to say this. We got a whole
I'm going to leave it alone. That's all.
We got a lot going on here. It calls for another show, and then we could go into more, but not on the traditional man versus the 50-50 man. That was tonight's topic. However, I want to make a point that was mentioned before when we're talking about elders and what have you. The part of the problem now is that no, it's not just a young person's problem. We can't leave these kids out here. That's the problem now.
That's right.
They were left alone. Nobody has taught them anything. They've been left in the house by themselves because parents had to be out the house working, or they left the family. So we can't go into that. We have to go into that on another time. So I'm going to say that. But what I want to say is I want to thank all of the panel tonight. Cleveland, Greg, Prophet Anthony, and Abdul. It was wonderful to hear your thoughts and your in this discussion tonight. So we appreciate you on that. We're going to have more shows, and we're looking forward to your input.
Now, Avon, when is the next show? When you doing the next one?
Let's take care of one thing at a time. One thing at a time. We're here to build and uplift. So the elders here, you're going to have to teach the young ones. It's not just leave them out there by themselves. They're out there. So everybody's going to have to grab one. Each one is going to have to teach one. And then, we can't just stop that. We got to deal with the present, with the people that are still alive and what's going on now. They need to be addressed. And of course, your children coming up, we have to teach them as well. And then we have to deal with things that are already in place. You can't throw any part out because every part is as important. So we're going to get into that more at a later date. So again, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight on Conversations with A&A. And tonight's show was the traditional man versus the 50-50 man, which was a hot topic. It was a hot topic, and we can go on and on with this. Angela, do you have any closing thoughts that you want to say before we say goodnight?
Well, I just want to thank everyone for coming on to the show, and these conversations is definitely needed, and I appreciate your feedback and your thoughts.
Thank you. Yes, definitely.
That's right. So good night, brothers. We love you.
Well,
Thank
can I say one thing?
No
before
one-
y'all
no
go?
one-
Can I
no
say one
one-
thing?
So
Let me
no
say one thing. Let me
fire.
say one thing, brother. One thing before y'all go. Since Andy said everybody broke, I want to take up a collection from everybody tonight. I'll give you my. I can even get it out.
Cleveland, you got something to say before we hang up?
You're terrible.
Hang on, I think Cleveland has something to say. Cleveland, what you have to say?
Now Cleveland's gone. He left.
You left already. Yeah, I gotta take up a collection. I gotta give y'all my bank account number. Y'all gotta deposit some money here because Andy said we broke, so I gotta make up for that some kind of
Hey,
way.
Angela, you agree with me. Angela, hold up. Angela, you agree with me that the average person is broke, yes or no?
We're not claiming that tonight. We're not claiming it. We're not claiming it tonight. So again,
See, Angela ain't saying that. Angela know that. But, you know,
Well, you know
but
what, brother Anthony,
everyone is
I'll agree
saying-
with you on saying that I think we're broke. Not on. I mean, from the perspective of where you're coming from, financially, I understand that, but basically, we're physically and mentally broke and spiritually broke without a
There
shadow
you
of a
go.
doubt.
yes,
And
that's
that's
true.
what
I
we're
agree
trying to
with you.
mend.
Yeah, that part I agree with you.
And that's what
Absolutely.
we're
You're
trying.
right
That's
about
what we're,
that, Gray. Absolutely. And that's the most important part, not your bank
Well,
account.
you know
right.
something.
And
You
that's
know
what we're
something.
trying. And that's the whole purpose of this platform. These two
Okay.
epic sisters, us as powerful minds, we're trying to mend the broke. That's what we're trying
Okay.
to do.
Well,
That's
you
the whole
know
purpose.
something. Wait a minute. If
I
we
agree with you on that part, Gray.
let me finish. If we that broke, I gotta get me some Jesus in my heart to get above all
We
this.
definitely need that, brother, without a shadow of a doubt. And when it's
Yeah,
time for me,
right. A dude trying to be
and listen,
funny. A
brother, I
dude is
know when it's time for
funny.
me, you to go toe to toe on that on the subject matter.
Good
We
night,
gonna
everyone.
go
Oh,
there.
man.
And let me tell you, brother,
A dude, I know what you hit that dude. When he said, you